Welcome to PYS number 3. This time it will be games number 3 and 4. Wait. No, we've had 4 already. 5 and 6 of the total 7. That is just the fundamentally of the group stage of the round robin stage. So things are getting a bit closer. And yeah, let's start the game real quick. 1 second. I'm well on time as always, of course. Well prepared. And that's what we are starting early for. Room invite should be in 2 minutes. And I think the first game was Ikra versus Immoral. Okay, game's opened. Can already reset the score. So we are prepared. Good. How are you doing? Hope you're fine. Again, as always, we do have a 3-minute delay here on this session because of the tournament, of course. And I'll just be talking through the games today. We are, by the way, just going to see, yeah, I said already, Immoral versus Ikra. Immoral has already done some good job of winning against Crowley. And Ikra has also delivered some great show yesterday here on stream already. They are not on the highest ranking in the top 8, I've got to say, but that does not say that they are on a bad level, because this season's top 8 is really top level gameplay stuff. It's just, I feel like it is far higher than anything that we've seen before. I have not seen Immoral yet they won against Crowley in a 3-4 or 4-3, while Crowley was actually a candidate for getting into the top 4. So Crowley has to sweat a lot still. I'm just waiting for the room invite so I can ready up already. And I will then take another look at the leaderboard. So let's do that real quick. Just so you know exactly what we're here for and how much that stuff matters. Okay. So, this is the current top 8 rejects first place undefeated. Aqua has lost 1 time so far. They have lost to rejects on my stream on a second day or first day, I think. First day it was. IKPA also has lost only 1 time. Crowley has lost the first 2 games on the very first day. EG also has lost 2 times already. But Crowley's still ahead here. If they are even, well, in the end it will decide if some teams are having the same amount of points, then the head-to-head wins will count. So if 2 teams have met before, because all teams play against another, so EG versus Crowley, they will play tomorrow, or actually they play today still. Wait, yeah, they do play today here. If those guys, it will be super important, if those guys tie in the end on the points, then it will matter which team has won here, so that the leaderboard is determined by that and decides over the top 4 then. Immoral 1 point behind here. They still have a very small chance of getting into the top 4, just as Ikra, but it is rather unlikely, I've got to say. But still, what teams do they have to face still? Yeah, Immoral still facing TQT, and also EG, today Ikra. And Ikra on the other hand facing APA, TQT as well. And where are they here? Yeah, of course. Okay, let's have a look. The room should be open and should be showing the teams now. We're ready. 2 minutes left to go. Yeah, there are also some other top games going on today that I will surely watch later on still. APA is having some top gameplay there. But let's go for Immoral versus Ikra here. And we're seeing Immoral, or Ikra is ready with everyone already. Immoral not just yet. Ikra deciding to go for some very heavy stuff here. Yeah, let's jump over a little bit so I can see better. We're having a lot of German super heavies here. Double VK90, VK72 as well, and triple IS4. For Immoral, it is triple Super Conqueror, a rather rare tank, yet also still often seen in this tournament and also in the previous season already. Also, double 113, an IS7 and a mouse. So both of these teams going really heavy here, but it is also Dynasty's Pearl, so yeah, definitely a heavy map. No one choosing any light tanks here or mediums. Could go anywhere for both teams. Although Ikra looks a bit more like a city-sided strategy with that lineup. But they don't have anyone to quickly get into that A cap either. Something that we could often see from 113s. So yeah, we will see. 10 seconds left to go. Let me take a sip. And there we go. We are going to go up here and see what teams are about to do. Let's set up. You notice I still have to wake up a little bit. Warm-up game now. Immoral heading into the park area. While Ikra is going full city here. Not totally unexpected as that. IK90 pause here in the back. Holding the seaside. Maybe getting off a first shot. Not able to decap. Got spotted though, surprisingly. Outspotted. Might have a little decapping shot still. Failing the shot into the 113. But it won't matter too much. It's a bit isolated though, but it is a VK90, which can take a couple of shots. Evgeny here, overcommitting a little bit, taking first hit. Who is having the advantage right now? It looks like Ikra does have a slight cap point advantage, but just by a very thin margin. While they're having this isolated tanks in the rear here. Often it is being played as a bait with some tanks in the spawn here to cover that tank. So Immoral is not really wanting to go for that trap. As it seems, maybe Makita here getting a bit more aggressive to get in some spots. But the rest of Immoral rather seems to want to fall back here. And get deep down into the spawn. covering the mouse from the side with a little bit of a bait here. Reaction also got shot over there. Immoral set up passively here. The question is if they were really able to defend that B cap. They do have double super conk there. 113 could also shoot into B, but not unharmed, that's for sure. Unless if he plans to shoot through that little gap here. But that would be really tricky. So yeah, there are still some tanks here set up to defend base B. And that could be sufficient already for Immoral. But they are on a cap disadvantage, so it will be about Immoral having to go for a move. And so far they're not having the best chances. Yet, as Ikra is aggressing a little bit more and not really giving away any weak spots. Double VK72 in the middle here, potentially finding shots into that mouse quite soon. They are waiting for those shots. Just look at that. Both of them sitting there. MP not able to put out a shot, but still aimed in. And there he is with a second big hit into the mouse. That's 1k hit points lost for the mouse as the Ikra is going for the push here onto the most heavy tank in the game. But the mouse being isolated, also not having the absolute indestructible armor, now under lots of pressure, about to get killed quite soon. Immoral counter pushing the other side though. I'm not too sure. Do they have a good option here of killing that VK90? They are having good focus fire, but VK90 might be able to pull around the corner. Is getting double bounce here off the front from his tracks. Not getting killed like that. There he goes though. Skilloid trying his best to block Immoral's guys. Not really able to keep his teammate alive, but it's not too horrible for Ikra, I believe. Guns even. Ikra higher on hit points by quite a big margin. The VK72's now about to push in from behind here into that B area. Having that Super Conqueror in focus for now. And are able to win this 2v1 quite easily, that's for sure. Ikra with a gun advantage now. Also Makita being low on hit points, down to a one shot. Will get killed quite soon. But it's not Vata, surprisingly. He is going for that Super Conqueror instead. I'm believing that Makita IS-7 right behind him, but now he gets killed as well. Only leaving two tanks here on Immoral's side, left alive, with a reaction down to a one-shot. Still trying to hide behind his teammate, getting shielded in a really good bye-bye Balwan, but it's not enough. Balwan just being left alone as the last one and also losing on points by that. So first strong win to Ikra here. Solid performance, absolutely. Not really giving Immoral too much of a chance. Having a bit of a bait in the back. And able to keep that alive in a great way. So one win here. On Ikra's side now. And they are again going for some very heavy lineup here with lots of German super heavies, even more than last time. It worked out with them, so they are thinking, must be a good tank, let's pick some more. I'm seeing 4 VK72s here and a VK90 now. 1 Streetwagen though, and an IS-7, so a little bit of mobility on that Streetwagen still. Apart from that, a ton of armor and also a ton of hit points. Let's not forget about that. It will be a huge hit point advantage potentially for Ikra from the very first second on, while Immoral is still not ready with most tanks over here. Selecting their preferred tank still. What is it that they are going for? Double IS-4 it is. Double VK72, 1 Streetwagen. Also them will not have too few hit points. Kranwagen and IS-4 not ready yet. Going for a 60 TP instead. And again, Dynasty Spirit. Okay. Look at the hit points here on Ikra. Almost 20k hit points, 19,699 hit points for them. While Immoral only has 18,800. Still a lot, but quite a few less than on Ikra's side. So Immoral does have to trade more efficiently. But mainly it is being about focus fire anyways. Where the VK72s might lag behind a little bit. Ikra heading towards A with a few tanks here. The Streetswagen try to potentially drop into that A cap quickly. There are some IS-4s, or at least one IS-4 in front. Martinek probably still unspotted. Also, he is relocating over to that C side, where Ikra also went quite aggressive. Already taking that C base with an IS-4. Right in front of Immoral here. And Immoral seemingly not able to defend that. Wow, Ikra is also going for A right now. So Immoral is preparing for a push here on to C. Cosa Nostra potentially in a tricky situation, but he's also covered from many different angles still. Immoral increasing the pressure, not really having the best focus yet. Look at Makita here misflying, getting into the middle area, losing 2k hit points in a fraction of a second. Absolutely getting punished by Ikra. There comes Cosa Nostra just pulling after Makita and putting out another shot, shooting him down to a one shot, already getting the kill right there. That's a quick kill. And also, third base has been taken by Ikra. Triple cap gun advantage. 6k hit points more, or 5k hit points more on the field already. And we are just 2 minutes into the game. We at least had the second one about to get killed here, down to a one shot now. Cosa Nostra will have the kill in just a few seconds. And there he goes. Next one blown up. Streetswagen also right behind. Renamed user here does have a lot more DPM, but it looks like the VK72 will have that kill shot still. Unless if Boss is able to run away, maybe. Does not look like it. So it is going to be tricky here on this side, but Immoral only having those two tanks and another one over there alive. Not too many. Also that one getting killed right there. Point win very soon for Ikra, as they are about to take out that next VK72 here, winning comfortably with a very dominant, strong performance here for all three caps. Well played here. Absolutely. So Immoral sweating a little bit now, and being down to wins means that they would have to win. They would still have to win 4 games. You can only afford one more defeat now. And that is, let me say, a little bit unlikely. Well, we don't know. Ikra seemingly quite a bit stronger, yeah. Immoral is also streaming on the other side. And we are going to have a new map now, which is Faust. Faust just usually being a little bit trickier because there's a lot of open terrain. Also, there are 3 caps on one side and another 4th cap then on that medium side, where it is just rather tricky to take the base. So mostly we're seeing some strategies of defending that A cap, while most teammates are just sitting in a back or going for the heavy side. Sometimes also some heavy side pushes are going on, but it's not an easy task to do so. And therefore, it will be something passive, I guess. Although Ikra, well, they're playing with a 60 TPs here, might still be a push, but it is rather a tank for playing a bit more passively. These hull down tanks can generally go basically anywhere. Just the VK90 might give a bit more of a hint of where it's going to go. It is quite good for trying to shoot the enemy side from this bridge position here. On which side is the VK? Oh, Immoral going for the push here. Over there we are seeing Ikra moving towards base A. And also setting up for some crossfire here. Trying some shots into the C area, but not connecting anything. VK actually going for the base. Trying to sidescrape down there, and Immoral is rather being careful. Not a lot of information is in yet, I believe. I've not entirely seen whether there was anything spotted yet. And look at this line here of Immoral's tanks sitting there, all waiting for that crossfire. Perfect little ladder here. But now they are having to move because nothing's ahead. Yet there is still something. Pigula getting double tapped. Look at that here, the crossfire from the side. Pigula down to a one shot, most likely. Is also in a pretty poor position now. Does have to get covered by everyone and cannot escape there. And Immoral not really wanting to push forwards anymore. They're kind of stuck there. There was their chance after Pigula already took the hits. The rest of the teammates could have followed up and made use of that little moment of Ikra having shot to push forwards. But now it is the case that Pigula is trapped and Immoral is rather retreating, trying to go elsewhere. They are rotating over towards base A, while Ikra is preparing to hold a push here, and there goes Pigula. Kill shot by Afghani on the VK90. And Ikra has rallied up to hold a push here, or potentially counter push even, as Immoral is all the way on the other side, trying to go for base A, and they will soon be spotted. Or not getting spotted just yet. Reaction might have some big shot into that TP, nope, not entirely. A now getting capped. This will give away some information to Ikra, but they don't really know about all these tanks being here just yet. Now reaction is spotted. Renamed user and Belwan both spotted as well, so this will trigger the counter push immediately here on the other side with the Streetswagens, which are pushing in here on Martinek, having really tough focus fire, blocking him from escaping and getting the kill shot in just a very short amount of time. Next one is in focus fire with Flame pushing into the back of that IS-4, putting out some big shots there. So it is not going to take too much longer over here. Cosa Nostra on the other side also in focus fire. Not surviving longer anymore. Getting killed right there. As Ikra is getting back the cap advantage. Taking the second base here. And having quite a few more tanks. Or just actually one tank more on the field right now. But having a lot more hit points to play with. Still almost or over 3k hit points more. Which is just 50% more than what Immoral has. That's not nothing. Reaction now putting in a big shot into Afghani, but going to get tagged again for the second shot. Not a good try here, also getting pushed on to bypass from the side with a Streetswagen DPM. Potentially able to take him out and not taking another shot still. But it will be worth it. Because Immoral is only down to 3 tanks now against 5 still on the field. Also having an E5 here in the middle. Attempting to take base B, or having taken base B, but now isolated, getting killed from behind. Balwan in the 200, still alive over here, last man standing. We could see an Immoral on the other side, just off screen here. But it was probably not really too important anymore, because Balwan, alone as he is right now, does not have the greatest chances trying to kill himself. Point win to Ikra. Privyet, Last Eagle. Говорите по-английски, пожалуйста. Please English if you can, because I do not understand any Russian or Ukrainian neither. So yeah, if you can just stick to English, please, so that we all can talk to each other. Third win for Ikra. And Ikra really showing some good stuff here. Playing safely, not giving away any opportunities for Immoral. And Immoral struggling a lot. Just kind of attempting stuff and not really sticking to it, or just not really having any solutions to the situations they are put into. Please tell Gagman Jock hello, bro. Okay, good evening. Oh, well, game number 3 was also win to Ikra, so Ikra actually might win this on the very next one, again Faust. And they only need one more win to decide this game for them. And it will be Faust once more. Well, one again on the T100. Also, Ikra is playing with the T100 now, not going full heavy again. Immoral likes the Super Conquerors here, quite a lot of them. And we are heading into the game here. One mouse also on Ikra's side. Really unpopular tank on Faust, especially. I'm interested to see what they're going to do with it. Because usually it's good for close combat situations, not having the best accuracy. It is heading towards base B actually. Potentially just going to push through there. And functioning as a bait then. Starting passively. Trying to have some crossfire into anyone maybe moving over there. But it's not really possible. Not needed. So what is his plan now? Maybe, yep, he seems to be getting into base B right away. Immoral also on A right now. With that I7 getting into that A cap, Super Conquerors and Realista on the E5. Just pressuring the corner in order to secure that cap, so no one can defend that one. And Ikra just falling back here. Maybe readying up for a push, rather staying unspotted with the Streetswagen still. But most of the Ikra team is over here. Only the E5 got spotted so far. Immoral might be tempted to go for him. Might be wanting to go for the push. But Nostra on a 60 TP and Flame also spotted now. Immoral seems to be relocating. IS7 pushing straight through the middle, trying to get behind that mouse. Where's the mouse? There he is, pushing forwards into that D cap. So at the same time, Ikra is moving on to A here. The mouse being the bait now on D. Attracting the focus fire, while also B is getting capped again by Immoral. Also the mouse just struggling as he is getting shot from behind. Getting pushed from the front as well. Ikra pushing forwards here onto Foshi. And also reaction. Let's get down here, I'm struggling. There we go. Quick kill. Whoa. Help, I'm too fast. Reaction now in focus fight, taking big HE. And going down there as well. That's a third kill for Ikra already. Looking good for them as they're pushing forwards here, finding Streetswagen and Super Conqueror alone to their front, but also an IS-7 to the side still. Not looking like Ikra was really having the best situation to push forwards here. But they are having the gun advantage already. They are losing on the caps though. 3 caps on side of Immoral. Cosa Nostra therefore taking that B base back. Bluffing a shot onto that IS-7. Which is trying to get behind and getting a kill here. Well done by him. Also Post getting killed. Guns even again. Ikra still way higher on the hit points. 4v3. But Immoral not giving up just yet. They are still ahead on points. And they would just have to survive. But Makita now getting killed in the back there, out of frame. That might have been crucial. Because now it will really be a problem. Also Super Conqueror getting killed right there. Now the 200 is the last one alive. Not going to survive this one anymore. There we go. Yeah, Ikra really performing strongly here, and Immoral struggling a lot. Insignificant asking, why do you say Ikra when it says IKPA? Because it is a Russian, and that's got to be seen as an R, or got to be read as an R. Ikra, it is pronounced. It means caviar. So, yeah. Let's just imagine it as the Russian pronunciation Latvian clan, actually. Alright. 4-0 for Ikra, and therefore they are done with this one. Immoral losing this. Meaning we will have some time before the next game. I cannot really show you any other results yet. Because there was such a quick one here. Yeah, by the way, if you're watching on YouTube right now, just be aware, the stream is getting restreamed to Twitch and YouTube simultaneously. And Twitch usually is my standard streaming platform apart from tournament streams. Which means that if you want to see some other stuff, normally also touch gameplay, not on PC. I'm only playing PC now for the stream. Because it is easier. I mean, it's just easier for tournament streamers. I don't have to switch the device then. And yeah, there is a link in the description for the Twitch link. For the Twitch profile. I'm not having too much backup, I notice. But enemies also applying this passively so far. Because it's going to get into this bush there. I'm not sure how well I'm going to stay unspotted. Ah. No. This is not good. Really isn't going to take an HG here. Nice. Ah. Oh, no, 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 no. Ah, crap, I'm dead. I should have run away earlier. I thought I still had some backup by the TDs here. but okay. They were... I don't know what. Suddenly a quick push. Was fine. Yeah, just in case you want to see something special, actually, just let me know. I might go for some tank requests even. Not a bad start, but I'm not having too much backup here. Okay, nice. Ah. Oh yeah, she has a small gun. Good. Next one. We're up. All right. So some guys were in spawn still basically, and CC 100 quite aggressive. I might just be able to get behind them from the side here. Just like that. Really? No teammate shooting him? Ah, damn you. Oh man. No need to be too afraid here. Nice. Ah. Did not really want to take the shot here. Otherwise, pushing into that E6 would have been tricky. Nice. He missed me, okay. Oh, max show, perfect. I'm actually getting a bit more comfortable playing mediums again as well on PC here. Almost even 6K. Alright. Did not expect this. This one was not too great, just 1.8. Yeah, with these snapshots, and it requires a bit of practice, but I just played about 50 games or so, or 100 games in the last month on PC again. Basically on all the streams, tournament streams. Enemies have 2 mediums. We might be able to kill them. Ah, there we go. One, oh, was a lucky shot. But I don't really want to stay here. I'm afraid of getting crossfired. Nah. Wow, our projection already died. You know what, I might just flank. I don't really want to push in there. There's FE4-5 behind. Nah, did I stay unspotted? Yes. No, 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 no. Yeah. Love the accuracy. Gotcha. Let's let me try to hide here. I don't know where TDs are. They still have 183. And I really don't want to get smacked all the way over the map. Okay, Vika's going for a spotting move now. There, we got him. Yeah. Ah, close. TP camping. Nice. Yeah, you don't go for me, right? Okay. Mine? Please? Ah. Okay. Not mine. Fine then. Still good game. Just apart from Bridget. Oh man. Let's try again. Okay, no spots yet. Let's get a bit more aggressive already. Enemies only have one medium, it might not be here at all. I can have a look whether there are any campers behind. Oh! IKPA, I'm setting him on fire on a very first shot. Oh, beautiful. Could not have been a faster kill. No. Ah. Bounce. Let's shoot T-57 if I can. I don't think they're going to come back, so I'll try to move behind the enemies. Kill WTs. Oof. Okay. He's just doing whatever. He's no big gun. Not going to peek here anymore. We're not really winning just yet. I7 dying. I still have an E4. At least there, Yo and WT did not seem to be the best one. Okay, that's nice. Let's try to spot here carefully. Good, let's take one hit to kill him. And maybe get over there to help at E4. WST still full life, that's an issue. I think I will have to move for B because of caps. And hopefully don't get spotted on the way. Ah, not good. Oh. Oh, that's awful. Not good. Well, I got a kill. Oh, no, 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 no. No! Ah, there's this freaking gap, I forgot. Maybe if I just wiggled back and forth, he would have missed me. Ah, if we could only see my turret. Ah, maybe that would have been something. But still got that bounce or that miss. Sadly not. Am I getting some good amount of damage again? Let's go for first spot here on the hill and see what's going to happen then. I would not be surprised if enemies came over here. No spots on the right yet. Oh, okay. I think peeking here might be really, really unhealthy. Ah, no. Nice, a shot. Can that AV get me? Oh, I can get him? Ah. Not the perfect timing on this shot. Let's get back. Pushing forwards or trading there where the IS-4 is not too efficient. Nah. Alright. Nice. Luckily did not decide to go for me. Perfect. Unlike TP. Good. Only Gorilla on the other side on 900 hit points. IS-4 fairly low as well. Sad. Only churning for Gorilla. And hopefully... Oh, he was not 900 hit points. He was still quite healthy. I think that one hit. Okay. Yeah, did not get too much done eventually. Enemies were not the most dangerous enemies ever. Okay, 3 guys still. Can't complain. What's the time? Still we got some time. Until next battle. Okay, enemies do have a medium less than us, but we have an AFK. Never mind, I will just still spot over here, see what's going to come at me. Oof. That would have really sucked if he got an IG into me. Ah, just as this sucks. Oh no, for real. Hello, don't you want to fight? Oh come on, he's already running. Oh, what an idiot, honestly. We have 3 tanks versus 2 and this guy's running away. And I'm taking all these hits because of this trap. Wow. Well, they also have a chieftain over there still. No, he's in spawn, okay. Sadly, I cannot do much now because I lost so many hit points. Would have loved to push forwards here still. But that is not really an option right now. Although it seems like we're good. I can really not get too aggressive. Ah, 700 damage only. So all my blind shots failed. Yeah. man, this goddamn T62. He was throwing the game away so hard, man. Why was he running? Ugh. Hi, Vailty and only nameless. Usually I'm playing touch only. Just on tournament streams I'm playing on PC. Because, yeah, I don't want to switch devices here in between. Does not make sense. Also then it's just a little bit more risky to miss a room invite. One v one room. Oh man, I must be 40% player. Yeah. Ah man, PC players, I don't know. These teams feel so weird here. Although I did play my first 80,000 games on PC, so I should have some experience here. But then 2 years ago I switched over to touch. Also for tournaments. Let's go for spots maybe. Enemies might all come to the medium side. Only 2 heavies. So not getting any information also is some information, because it means that the enemies, the heavies are on the heavy side, TDs also. Maybe there are some TDs still on the medium side, very passively, but it's rather unlikely. I should have spotted them. So we're more likely to just face 3 guys over here. Oh wow. So one batshit Sheridan. Okay, that was obviously a bounce. Okay, not bad. Come on, come on, come on. Nice. Let's try to shoot down a driller first, he's otherwise quite hard to get. Okay. Ah, game already over. Okay. Yeah, that was fairly easy here. Ah, close. Not too close, to be honest. But relatively close, though. Yeah. Okay. 1v1. Probably not on tournament team, right? No. No 1v1, man. Just going to be boring, honestly. I don't like 1v1s. Get some experience with them, but honestly, the game is about 7v7. Much more interesting. Anyone can have good aiming, but the game is much more about keeping the overview, seeing what your team is doing, what the enemies are doing. Lovely camo, by the way. Let's spot first before moving into A. Oh, for real, that was bad. I really like going for the A side as well, but I don't want to be there against something like that. Double Russian heavies and then struggling to move forwards. Now come on. You only have one K91 to your front, you want to go forwards. Otherwise I have to relocate. Go. Go. As if they keep standing there. Why? Okay. Dude. Nice, CVP also lost 2 points. Maybe I can pressure here a little bit. Bounce. Nah. I still have a third heavy. What is it actually? WZ111. Unspotted for the entire game so far. I would love to get more aggressive here. But I can't. Not with a 268 behind. Ah. What? What? Nice, you're coming back. Yeah, come on, come on, come on. Perfect. I'm so campy here. I'm just cross-firing. So I know WZ Heavy is camping. Wait, the 268 not spotting. Good job, mate. Good job. That's it, alright. Hey Napoleon, Blitz tank. Oh. 7 minutes still until the next game is starting. Can't make it too long. Yeah, let's just start here. Let's see if anyone's crossing over. Oh. Not necessarily the best peek, but it's fine. Bad shot. Yeah, mate, that's not going to work out for you. Ah. Oh. No. Also, I'm having team or enemies right behind me. Getting worried. Good. Ah, let's just ignore that M60. Should be fine. You really want me? I'm a wreck, of course. Ah, never mind. Did not cost me any damage. Milo? Welcome. Just calling you Milo. So I cannot show you the room yet. Got to wait a little bit. I'm ready, yeah. Because I'm having only 3 minutes of delay and the rooms are generally opening already 5 minutes before the games. Okay. 3 minutes 30. And this one's, by the way, Ikra versus TQT. Which means we are having 2 Ukrainian teams here playing against another. Not the only Ukrainian Russian-speaking teams here. I think that, I mean, there are more than Ukrainian people on the teams. Some probably no Russians or few maybe still, but there are only 2 allowed per team, 2 who are not in the EU or European server. And apart from that, of course, some other Eastern Europeans there. Now I will be able to show you here. It will be a game of TQT fielding triple FE215B, double 60p, 12100 LT and an IS7. Ikra with an FE42. Nice. Triple 60p as well. Streetswagen AMX M4. Potentially a second AMX M4. No, it is an E5 running up here with Skilloid then. We're seeing Yukon. And that's exactly the map that I've just played here on the Leo game. So you get some impression of what we are going to see. Although this is obviously going to be a lot different to that random game. Now these teams are going to play a lot more tactical and going to push through maybe. FE215B is an interesting choice, so is FE42. FV usually being good for holding rather than pushing, yet also very nice with that HE damage for pushing in, but cannot do so too aggressively at the start because of that weird huge hull that is just lacking some mobility. It's quite fast still, but versatility is the word that I was searching there. Might be quite tricky with the FVs. But from that, we're having that 60 TPs for some massive damage output, just huge alpha damage. That will be interesting. If the FE42 is going to work out, I don't know. Looks more like a heavy-sided strategy on Ikra's side, because the FE42 is just great when it comes to circling heavy tanks, putting out that hash damage from a close distance. But hull down fight, spotting, that's not a strength of that tank. TQT, on the other hand, might play for any side. I don't know with that lineup, what they're having in mind there. Okay, let's turn off the music. And have a look here. We are seeing that TQT team moving towards the medium side. And also T100 LT dropping into by C immediately. Skilloid readying up to counter that. Nope. Not trying to punish by C. Ikra being very careful also on the strategy. FE42 only spotting on that medium side, being spotted as well. Getting pressured out already as Nico is dropping straight into that decap. Meaning that TQT will have the cap advantage. Ikra has to make sure that they are getting their Streetwagen and the FE42 into safety, but that won't be too much of an issue. Some shots being fired here into Arena, who was still trying to get around the corner into safety, but also Post lost some hit points. Potentially try to get into that C-cap straight away, but that one's still covered, as we're seeing here on T100 LT and Arena in that 60 TP right behind. A lot of tanks here on Ikra's side in the middle, trying to crossfire, but not really having any good options, and also being in a pretty dangerous situation, as they can get crossfired as well if TQT is moving up from behind, as Arena is trying to here slowly moving in with that big gun, just waiting now. Waiting for anyone of Ikra to do the mistake of falling back a little bit. Arena is also now in a sneaky or tricky situation. Having two guns or two tanks to the side. It might be an opportunity to get pushed onto. But so far, Arena is unspotted. And TQT still has some options of doing stuff elsewhere. And now comes Vata into the back of Arena. Arena not getting shot just yet, turning away, potentially attempting to push forwards instead onto that AMX M4 here, or even putting a shot in over here to the other side. That's where the main fight is. Ikra with a gun advantage right now, having gotten the first kill, pushing in aggressively, having the FE215Bs in focus, fire performance down to a one shot, getting taken out as well. And the next FV here, Destined Liberty, also now in focus fire. Streetwagen right behind, getting killed here from the front by MP still. There goes the next one. TQT just melting away. T100 LT also armor wrecked and cannot repair. Only now he could. while the 60p is also getting absolutely focus fight here. Not surviving the adversity, gone now. Ikra just suddenly turning things around here with some very well coordinated focus fire. Seems like TQT got a bit too aggressive there. Ikra really did only lose one tank here in total. And that was looking good for them. FE42 also working out really nicely. First win to Ikra. 1-0. Hi Roman. Hola. And that means Yukon will be played again for the second one here. On Ikra versus TQT. A lot of 60Ps once more for Ikra. 4 in total so far, maybe still some changes there. TQT having lots of different tanks on this lineup now. Double E5, 1 2100 LT for the spots again, 1 Mouse, 1 Streetswagen, 1 60P. And the FE215B is not ready just yet. Switching over to an E6, okay. Ikra also having a lineup of lots of different tanks now. Double, wait, 1 Streetswagen, 1 IS7, 1 Mouse, double 60P, double FE215B. It is for them. And we're heading into the next game. I think this one might rather go for medium side, middle something. I don't know, it's... what's that lineup, honestly? So many different tanks on the field here. Usually people are just picking Streetswagens, light tank and some IMX M4s or 60Ps. Beautiful camo, by the way. Kind of reminds me of the old Spider-Man movies. Let's set up and see what's going on here. Classical in a B cap. Similar strategy to the last one. Mouse right behind. Going to hold after maybe, or pushing straight through the middle. The Mouse is actually pushing without any hesitation. Or getting aggressive here. Ikra also has a Mouse in C right now. So cap advantage definitely on TQT side here once more. But they have shown that they do not like just sitting it out. And they are going to keep pushing potentially. Maybe their goal was to go for that C cap, but the light tank is spotting that area and could see that there was nothing left over there. So Ikra now under pressure because Ikra has to go for some move and has to either push into B or get D. B generally is the easier option, although it can be well covered from behind. And that's exactly what TQT is doing here, setting up all these tanks in the back in order to crossfire anyone dropping into the B cap. So that's going to be a huge issue here for Ikra if they are attempting to do this move. And they are going to suffer for this. And TQT might even just send in the Mouse into the C base then. Move is coming. Flame on a Mouse. Getting into base B here. And TQT slowly moving forwards. Nico coming in for another shot, maybe? Yes. Double tap of the Mouse, but also Nico losing half of his hit points for this move here. Ikra lining up perfectly. And now counter pushing in the back here. Finding the light tank to the front. Who is isolated, might not be able to run away. At least not unharmed, that's for sure. Light tank trapped here behind that little rock, getting pushed onto by the RV215B. And some more tanks, but this will potentially trigger a counter push on the other side. Not TQT, not in position just yet, so they are about to lose a light tank here for free, basically. That's another big double tap onto that light tank with some big HEs. Also, C got taken, B is taken currently. Ikra does have a gun advantage, will soon have the cap advantage as well. With a triple cap, Nico in focus fire, down on hit points as he is already. Not going to last for too much longer. Getting shot down for another one. Now down to a one shot, potentially Skilloid though, bouncing the shot off. And getting bullied by the mouse, chasing him down. Pushing him out and now into that 60 TP. Did he bounce a shot? I think he did. And Performance also about to get killed on the next hit here. Mouse. What? Destroyed himself? What? Alright, that's the Liberty in focus. Also down to one shot. Mouse 60p does have the kill. And that's a point win to Ikra. Second win for them. Well played once more here. Yeah, Ikra does seem to play quite a bit safer than the TQT team, to be honest. Although TQT has also shown some really good stuff already. See here on this battle, or on these battles, TQT seem to be just a bit too aggressive and losing tanks too easily. So 2 more games to go, potentially. Ikra readying up with a VK90, Black Goldville by the way, switching maps now. TQT actually going for an object 268. TDs are rarely ever seen in the current meta. Yet they're going for one. Double E5 as well, one Streetswagen, IS4, light tank, and E6 is not ready yet. 1 to 1P, so a bit more mobility now for TQT. Well, Ikra is just going for... Nah, Sheridan unreadied. No, it is one Sheridan only. And some heavier lineup for them with a 60 piece. VK90 IS4, E5. Only one Streetswagen. They are not quite as mobile. TQT switch to TVP. So mobility advantage to TQT, hit point advantage clearly on side of Ikra. Yet, I think the 268 might turn out to be an issue. I wonder how they're going to make use of it. Might just sit behind and wait for some shots from over there. Maybe shot into B or so. Sitting very far behind here. What is he trying to achieve there? He does have eyes on the A side here, but that requires the Ikra team to really overcommit. Streetswagen taking first shot. So does VK90. And it is actually a quick B cap here. Skilloid taking B right at the start. Staying unharmed as there's no one set up to defend that. 268 remaining in that corner. But now it is TQT also in A. C gets taken by Ikra as well. And we're seeing some movement here. Destin Liberty, 200 and TVP are already moving in. Trying to crossfire that Sheridan. And Sheridan seems to be relatively trapped there in the back. Does not have too much backup apart from the VK90. They cannot really go out of that anymore. Maybe he will be able. Is he daring to run away now that he is unspotted? He's obviously super afraid of getting spotted again. Now he is going for the move, getting tagged by the TVP once. Sheridan or the light tank only tracking him. So he will remain spotted. Bounce from Sheridan or from TVP on that Sheridan. Another cross shot here by light tank. And the IS-4 just missing him. Could have been the kill of the Sheridan already. And he's still spotted. Has to be super careful to not get killed here. So he is out of the fight and has to hide for now. While TKT managed to take back base C. Also is able to take back base B. Ganji still getting decapped here. But the IS-4 is trading effectively on TKT's side. And also Ikra managed to counter push base A and kill the gun. Kills Nico. So they are up a tank now. Hit points still pretty close. TQT slightly higher on the hit points. But TQT has some mobility advantage still. Does not have the guns anymore, but they are about to kill Skilloid here, and Water is also very trapped in the back there. Cannot do too much. Well, the IS-4 is getting crossfire from behind here by Cosa Nostra. Shooting him down to one-shot Sheridan, getting that kill shot now. Well done. Two-gun advantage for the Ikra team now. Yet they are still struggling with the hit points. They are struggling with the cap points as well. Although the cap points are even, but they are in need of a cap again. They're getting the third kill here. Well played by Ikra. 268 in the back might now really be an issue, because he cannot really get into the fight. Cannot focus fire, cannot bring in his armor. But might have some big shots here. Does not connect the shot onto that Streetswagen, which is absolutely huge here, because TQT really needed to pick up some kills, as the Streetswagen over here does, and nobody is getting killed as well. So many one-shots here on side of Ikra. Hit points still very close, but the 268 simply not having the mobility to bring in his gun where it is needed. And the light tank now against 7 tanks. And all of them are low on hit points. Horrible focus fire here for TQT, to be honest. They managed to trade effectively for most part of the game. But, yeah. Look at all those low hit point tanks. Focus fire really not working out on this one. They had the caps. They had the hit points. But Ikra just doing better on the kills here. A lot better. Keeping all 7 tanks alive. And just roughly dealing the same damage in total. Win number 3 for Ikra. Milo, thanks for following. Welcome. Be aware we still have a 3-minute delay right now. So I'm not really able to answer immediately whenever you're writing on a chat. We might get into the last game here, which might also seal the deal then for TQT. And show them that they are not going to proceed in this tournament at all. I'll still have to check for Ikra now what their position is. Also for Ikra, it is unlikely to get higher than the 5th place anymore. Top 4 tournaments, that will be really tricky. Therefore it is rather for 6th, 7th place. Maybe, we will see. I will still have to check the leaderboard. Ikra still has a slight chance of getting into the top 4, I believe. And we are going to see Black Golder once more. VK90 again for Ikra. Double E5, double Streetswagen, 1 IS-4, 1 Sheridan. On TQT's side, we are having an E5, double 60TP, 1 IS-7, Streetswagen, and a light tank. A beautiful Christmas camo. Oh, it hurts my eyes. Let's move up. Looks like TQT is moving for that C cap right now. But so is Ikra. Oh, this might end in an aggressive brawl here. Or just a shootout. Sheridan though missing the first hit. But the Streetswagen still having some shots. Failing to connect as well. No, Baby Potato lost some hit points already. And also, who else? In the middle there. It was Performance. Getting shot again. Sheridan also not driving out too safely. Taking a little bit of a hit here. TQT though double caps right now. Starting really strong here into this game. Only right now Flame is taking that A base, which does not matter too much for now, but might matter later on still. Yet also Performance is offering a good weak spot for Ikra to push onto, as he's very isolated, very far in the front. Although he does still have some cover from the sides there. Ikra does have good crossfire from many different angles. Might pick up the very first kill very soon here. The Performance can currently not really get pushed onto, I believe, as TQT is still right behind. But that is also a good option for later on still. Once Ikra is moving forwards over here. It is MP now getting into some more aggressive position, putting in the kill shot from behind. While TQT is kind of just lacking the options now, with a gun less, losing the cap point advantage as they are losing the second base here. The B cap cannot be taken back too easily. Nico increasing the pressure from behind. Evgeny in focus fire. Getting shot by the light tank as well. But Evgeny still healthy enough to win the 1v1 against that IS-7. Also the IS-7 really going to struggle with the penetration as long as the VK does not stand in the open. Although the VK still has some backup by Flame. But he is down to a one shot now. So is Nico getting kills there. Third base being taken for Ikra. And it is actually already a 3-gun advantage on Ikra's side. Flame also in focus fire by the light tank and E5 from right behind. Putting in an HE shot here. Cap points on side of Ikra. Hit points on side of Ikra. Bases as well. Guns as well. 6 versus 2. Classic kill getting focused out here. But this leaves only 97 left alive. Not so much anymore. Ikra really steamrolling the TQT team here. With a 4-0. GG's guys. Really strong performance, well played. TQT struggling a lot here. Against... Is he? Ikra, guys. Okay. Also, no, Ikra and also TQT did a good job, but Ikra really playing a lot better here. So 4-0 is already the end result for this one. Let me have a look at other results of the first game. The games we have not seen here, there is still some interesting stuff there, to be honest. IKPA versus Aqua. IKPA lost here, 2-4. And EG won against Crowley. This might secure EG's place in the top 4 now. Very close one, 4-3. So definitely still worth taking a look there. Let me maybe also tell you who was streaming that. So we've got EG Crowley got streamed by Robert, Spanish streamer, and an English streams as well. Yeah, Wild Ones Helper streamed that game as well. IKPA versus Aqua. That's probably also a highlight. That game was streamed by Fujit and Ice Shot in Russian, Fujit in English. And right now there is still IKPA versus Rejects, also very top level gameplay here. So IKPA Rejects is going to be streamed also by Fujit and Pyroblast in Ukrainian or Russian. So if you want to see them, then make sure to have a look there. And for my tournament coverage that it is already, I might still play some random games, or should we watch IKPA versus Aqua together? Could do so as well. Crowley versus Aqua is also going to be interesting right now. But Crowley, they kind of, yeah, they had to win against EG. Otherwise, they cannot get into the top 4 anymore. If you're seeing the points here, Crowley currently 6th place. Well, Ikra, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ikra might actually still get into the top 4. But Ikra has the points here already. IKPA is still playing against Rejects. Crowley Aqua also still playing. And Ikra, IKPA are even right now. With Ikra ahead. Oh. If IKPA loses now, then Ikra is ahead with 1 point. And Crowley can only pull even. Tomorrow then we will still see EG Aqua, which won't really matter too much. Although of course if Aqua loses a point, they're not losing a point, they're holding their points. IKPA has to fear for their for their spot in the top 4, because they are not in the best position anymore. Tomorrow also Crowley versus Rejects. Crowley won't have any chance for top 4 anymore. Or what if they won 2 games now? Then they had 4 points. It would mean that Ikra or IKPA would have to lose only from now on. Wait. Yeah. Still possible. Ikra could potentially Ikra is playing against IKPA. That's a really strong opponent. I do not expect Ikra to win this one. And at the same time, IKPA, yeah, they are playing against Ikra, so they are definitely getting a point there. Which means that Crowley cannot get above them. Nope. They can't. It was all about this match here, EG versus Crowley. That was so important for them. Very close games there. Okay. You know what? Let's take a look at the games together. Because I want to see them as well. So, which ones? I'm just going to probably, am I going to watch the whole thing or just skim over them? APA versus Aqua. Fujit's channel. By the way, oh, it's rejects is 1 point ahead here. Still relatively close. But let's get back. Let's see, they also played on Dynasty Pearls. Ah, a bit too far. Quality to max, please. Immoral just absolutely getting smacked, but so did OpenJudge. Okay, both of these teams really starting aggressively here. Although OpenJudge did not get too aggressive, but he gets spotted there. An unfortunate position. Ah, the minimap is awfully small here. IKPA is really getting aggressive with that push. Look at the OpenJudge just right in the middle there. Not really having much of a chance. Okay. Yeah, they were really steamrolling here, but it's still close. APA losing on 8 points actually. I have not seen APA just yet. That's actually the first game of APA I'm seeing this season. That's a ton of aggression here for them. Seeing the opportunity immediately going forwards. Not hesitating at all, not giving the enemies the time to relocate and reposition into some situations, in some positions where they could secure their teammates. But here it is already 1 for Aqua, of course. 4 tanks against 2. Object also in bad position. Getting bullied from behind there. I did better on the cap management though, but yeah. Their push just moved into all the enemies into positions where Aqua wanted them to be. So in that regard, it was just going quite well, just being what they wanted here.
It's the other way around. I know it's confusing for me also, but just bear with me a little bit, chaps. That's what you have to do.
Next game.
On the map, well, we've got APA now basically doing a similar strat to what we just saw Aqua do to an extent, but they don't have a Sheridan or anything like that. So last AFK is the 60 TP is taking that kind of position. Uni is making a big push for that B cap. He's going to try and snatch.
That's a start by Aqua again here.
Aqua, and he does.
Well, APA again really getting aggressive right from the start on. You could see that a lot of times already. APA just moves really nicely as a team, staying close together, building up that aggression without any hesitation. But Uni is now in a pretty bad spot here. Aqua can already go for him.
Aqua, wow, at the moment, the VK72s and the VK90 of Ghost
yep.
not minded to push. Big shot.
Just look at that.
Immoral going to Uni, tries to rotate out of the danger zone.
Ouch.
And more shots going into Uni. Uni is really feeling that, to be honest with you.
Okay, I think it wasn't Uni on the last game as well. I think so.
Does it get reset? And APA are just
Losing a lot of hit points in no time there.
Well, basically just keep their bases. They have bled a little bit. Uni bleeding. But Uni is the only member of the team of APA that has bled so far, whereas Cobb, B, and
APA still has the caps, but they are down over 2k hit points, or close to 2k hit points right now. I think it's really going to be an issue for them to hold that.
Now, as Object 3 moves around along with El Mary,
to hold the caps, yeah.
And here they go, the VKs are making a push.
Aqua just needs to go in.
De Silva is isolated. Ghosty, weighted success, pushing down onto De Silva here. That allows the VKs of Dart in general to push it into that B cap. And all of a sudden, the momentum goes switching back to Aqua. And Aqua here really pummeling poor old De Silva.
Yeah, Aqua now over 3k hit points ahead.
Allowing the rest of the
they just go in right now, pick up the kills.
However, De Silva down he goes. Daya is pushing down onto Uni. Uni, remember, lost a lot of hit points earlier. Last AFK coming in to try and help out and finish off, and he does. So Dar down, I7
still
down.
getting closer though. APA really doing a good job of just bringing it back a little bit. Hit point gap is closing. APA did a good push here to the outer flank, where Aqua was potentially just too slow with their VK72 lineup. Really heavy tanks, really slow tanks, having a lot of hit points but not the mobility. While the AMX M4s on the side of APA are just a bit more versatile. Aqua should still be winning this one. But still, it was taking Aqua a lot of time to push in here, while APA really did a good counter push.
But oh, Yennefer's down, leaving 3 against 3. At the moment, APA do have the momentum. They've got the bases.
Yeah. Get a lot there. I hope it's loud enough for you. I just don't want to turn up Frigid all the way. Frigid's saying it. That APA is having the momentum, but actually, look at that. Up here, the points, all 3 bases on side of Aqua, and a lot more hit points. So APA would have to push into Aqua right now. They are really not in position to do so with their hit points.
Basically, now they've got to get a cap.
Trying to stop that cap is also not working out because they're getting farmed there. But they have no chance anymore.
Now Aqua have overtaken APA on the points, and all of a sudden it's not looking good for APA. Ventium coming around, trying to keep Cubbin in a hard time there. Ventium is, however, a one-shot, 955.
Yeah, okay, just a desperate move now.
It's all over. Aqua getting game number.
Okay, next one. Yes. So I'll need to see it.
Also 2-0 as we go into the next map, which is Faust.
No need to waste any time.
Towards the B cap. Well, he's not going to the B cap. He's just trying to get those Overwatch spots as they come through the D cap area, and they do, and the shots go across.
Some aggressive strat here by APA once more. What a surprise!
The shots all bouncing. Only last AFK losing a hit point.
But again, getting shot down here. And they've really laughed at AMX M4, it seems. Having a lot of hit points, just 300 hit points more than 6 HP. Similar or the same DPM, just a bit more gun depression, which can be really handy. Also, of course, you got to remember, the AMX M4 does have lower alpha damage per shot. You might say, okay, it's easier to out-try the AMXer, but it's hard to pen for the 60 piece AMX turret. While at the same time, if you are just getting into the good position with the aggression, with a lot of aggression, you can put out 2 shots for 1 on that AMX because you're having slightly shorter reload time with the lower alpha damage. And also it does not hurt too much then if you're bouncing once. so it can be a benefit.
Focused, and this is good move from Aqua.
Although of course on the other hand, armor is weaker.
The Strav Ks and that T100 are going to keep pummeling him and chasing him down. And all of a sudden now Mary, Uni, Yennefer all losing hit points rapidly.
IKPA again really just biting their teeth out, getting so aggressive here. Aqua just starting a bit more passively and reacting then.
Dar is a one-shot, Dar goes down, but Yennefer's
really not allowing the enemies to catch them on the wrong foot.
Ventium here has got to face off against all these tanks.
Looking a bit stronger here for Aqua.
I don't fancy those
really
odds,
is.
to be fair. Ventium's a great player, but I don't fancy
I mean on this game especially, because APA was just failing horribly, but also on the other two.
He's really being a pain as he does. Object 3 in the last
that's already it here. APA just trying to push it first, Aqua sitting there in good hold-on spots and then coming from behind, putting around them. But we could already see the result, I believe. Yeah, I don't remember it anymore. So it will still get a bit closer now.
Well, he's just going to be rotating around the map like he normally does, trying to find those spots, putting blind shots in, see if that helps him get spotted. Gives him that vital information to report back to the team. Last AFK moving out of the position he was just in.
Wait, who does have the cap advantage? APA by small margin. APA now also playing a bit more, or a lot more passively. Not going for the same kind of aggression that they've done before. Might work out a lot better for them now.
Covering that C-cap. A-cap is the aim of the intention here by Last AFK. He does have Object 3 Almerian de Silva with him.
Very similar strategies.
A-cap has not been taken yet. Only the T-cap.
Both teams just sitting behind A and capturing the heavy cap, which we are seeing mostly, to be honest.
And there is General there and Ghosty all waiting in the wings. I'm not going to do that.
Is he still getting punished? Yeah, 545 and another one.
Absolutely tagged coming out of that position. De Silva coming up along with Last AFK Object 3.
A bit of a bad timing.
Now Ventium is coming into the mix. It's a good move from Ventium.
I think, yeah, that was a major misplay actually. He could have expected enemies to already come at him.
Behind the wall as well. Dar is also there. Great shot from across the map by Uni into Dar. This is looking a little
and the rest of Aqua was not really in position.
More coordinated. They're not all, but Almeri losing a lot of hit points. It seems like lots of people like to smack a lot of things into little old Almeri there.
I mean, APA just rotated as a team, while Aqua probably just hesitated a lot and thought about, let's maybe send one tank towards A, but it would have been best if they all moved together. Like, usually, if you want to take base A, then you need some tanks up there in the corner, because otherwise you are just getting shot down, and if the enemies are peeking at you while you have some tank on A, and you have the corner already up there, then you can really shoot down and punish enemies for trying to decap.
Favor in tanks on this side, although they have lost more hit points than APA. And now here they come. Yennefer, Object 3 pushing out. They've got the bases of APA, and at the moment they've got the hit points. And you can see here, they're forcing them round, forcing Aqua round, and trying to make the pushes over this side onto the E5 in the 60 TPs, allowing Aqua to come.
No. Oh, sorry. That's not what I wanted.
But they should be able to get out this E5.
Just wanted to get rid of the controls.
They haven't as of yet. Down goes the E5. Now they'll focus on Cobbin. Down goes the 60 TP, but at the same time they lose.
Chaotic game, yeah.
Almeri now, way to success, will be looking to put a shot into him. Way to success in that T100 LT.
8 points in favor of APA, but that was already from early on. Cap points as well, yeah. It's actually a win for APA already. Just moving a bit closer together, although Aqua did well at punishing APA for getting too aggressive. They were still not in position to counter push immediately.
Down he goes. Uni just holding the line against Ghosty. It's 3 against 4, however. Aqua do have the tank
if they just committed a bit more to the corner of Aqua, then they would have also had it.
3 against 3.
APA was just having the plan a bit earlier there. It was all about it, just the timing of the idea.
Uni trying to block the shots. General will go for the silver. He gets the bounce. Uni should finish off Ghosty before De Silva gets finished off. Yes, he does. And now, way to success in general are the last two standing. It's
Aqua's still losing. Yeah, of course.
Last AFK has
just
got the drop, way to success.
having a
Uni has got
little
the drop on
brain
General, way to success, and
meltdown.
the last man
No,
standing. This
yeah,
one
of course.
could go to
Aqua was the one
APA.
that's playing.
They could be bringing one back. Unless something really weird and miracle-ish were meant to happen, and it doesn't. APA bring one back. Another hard-fought battle. Another very hard-fought battle.
No miracles here in tournaments.
To say, I mean, I did say APA can pity, and that's quite significant.
This one, I quickly need some water.
Vickers. But there we have it. So this time Aqua sending their mediums way out into the desert with those heavies. What really are heaviums in support. Moving around the map, APA looking to take the opposite end. Although Yennefer is there in the concept 1B along with the last AFK and Object 3 in the strap, just on the rear guard action. And Yennefer seeing some of those tanks coming round. Object 3 just holding fire there. And Uni just sitting over on that ACAP ridge.
Okay, what are we having here? Wait. What is this liner? What the hell? Just look at this. Double FE42. Wait, where's my highlighter? There it is. Double FE42 here. And double 1-1B triple Streetswagen, super fast mobile lineup, but having barely any hit points.
Yennefer gets a great shot
if we are looking at that here, just 14,500, they also lost a few hit points, both teams did.
And now here come Aqua.
Oh my gosh, what are they doing?
Pushing heavily.
What are they doing?
In the absolutely mullered as he comes through. Yennefer. Well, B goes down, but
okay.
is going to be the next to go.
Bravery does not always pay off. They killed one, but they are down so far on hit points, and API just all close together in high ground positions, can just shoot down onto them. This is not working out for Aqua. Absolutely not.
And Uni takes down Ghosty. Now we have the 7. It's I7. It's not. I can't say it. Rammed lovingly by Almeri. And now Da will be the focus of attention. Ventium is a one-shot, but at the moment,
yeah, I feel like
the green is now
on this meta, some aggressive moves can really be good as well, but mostly just for punishing enemies.
Last AFK is looking to try and help out. Leave
Like,
that for the moment. Let's have a look over here. General in the Strav K is with Almeri.
Yeah.
He's got the silver there. Down he goes.
There were some great aggressive strategies, but they are only working if the enemies are having some weakness in their strat.
Unless something miracle-ish happens, this one is also.
And at this stage, of course, all the teams have seen some strats of the opponents already and are often trying to counter what they have done in the past. But it means that if both teams are countering each other, they are just doing basically the opposite, and it might not be working out anymore. They are both getting aggressive then. So if you're just creating strats then for the top 4, you can also think about it. How would the enemy counter my strategy that I'm already having? And then I'm countering their counter to have something that is well prepared there. And then we end up with something very passive that is just a lot safer then. And as we could see on the first games of Aqua, they were doing really well, just starting passively with some heavier lineup, still some mobility, but then punishing enemies really, as APA was getting aggressive from the start on.
Although it looks like Aqua will be first, and we have I7 in okay, Ghosty in the E5, Goblin in the 72, way to 6 there. Victory.
Double Badger now.
Let's get up high.
Did I see that correctly? Yes, I did. Double Badger, okay.
Much running around the map at this moment in time. Back over this side, wow, we have General and Ghosty, very fast tanks. heading towards the A-cap. Last AFK, along with De Silva, also heading in that direction. General has been spotted. He's the only one been spotted so far.
It is kind of disgusting actually how many premium tanks we're seeing in this season.
Came across, I think it was last AFK.
They already get stronger. Like last season we also had the Streetwagens already. But since the big rebalancing, what was it, 9.0 or so, where everything got rebalanced, there mostly premium tanks got buffed and tech tree tanks rather got rebalanced, and otherwise losing some hit points often, losing some accuracy in many cases.
Let's go over this side.
FE215D got buffed of course, but yeah, most tanks did not really. Picture in spawn here. Oh, what is that?
Not jumping in. He knows that the badges are going to be around here, and that's exactly what he's looking for. So at the moment, now Weighted Success is going to come round, try and get some spots over in this side.
No caps just yet. Although A is in the open for IPA. But I have no information yet, so
this one is not as fast or
pushing in there. They could try it because of the double badges, which are more likely to be in the back.
Waiting for APA to make a push. The Silver and last AFK,
yeah, more in Muffet.
the ones furthest forward along with Uni, and none of them are biting. Not really.
Yeah, fail setup.
Silver is tentative. He knows that there's going to be.
I'm still having a 3-minute delay, guys. But yeah.
Same with last AFK. You know, APA are not daft, nor are Aqua. Aqua are just trying to, just waiting it out, thinking who's going to blink first. So that's the thing here.
Yeah, of course, with the lineup that APA has, they could potentially just drop into any of the caps. The badges are a huge risk to them, and I think they could expect them to be somewhere around spawn, because badges cannot relocate too much, so they are just unlikely to go aggressive to one side or the other.
Last AFK, shots going into it from him over to the area where
IPA did not really get punished yet, so
he doesn't know that. Uni, however,
I might actually just send in the IS4 into C. And hopefully they don't get too aggressive on A as well.
They won't know that the badges are out of that position and rotated round.
I don't know if that IS4 got blind fight there, if he bounced something.
Now it looks like Aqua are going to make their move. They know
because he got spotted, that's what he knows.
This side, they know therefore they have the tank advantage, potentially. Ghosty into the A-cap. Shots going into last AFK. Now the badges are coming
APA
in well.
really afraid of those badges. With their massive DPM, if APA would be pushing into the wrong spot, they would be dead in no time. It would really struggle to penetrate the badges, of course.
Down and into their kill zone. At the moment,
C not getting taken, but also APA, of course, with a heavier lineup, well, heavy actually, can afford to win a push if they manage to avoid the badges somehow. I'm not really seeing it.
Now the Strabs, Object 3 now Mary going to jump down, and now Uni with Weighted Success going to try and catch him off.
Hey Fabian.
But De Silva's backing out. Trying to sucker them round onto the guns that are behind him.
I'm surprised by how passive APA is here on this game.
At the same time, Aqua counter pushing Yennefer and Ventium are the support tanks.
But this works out, absolutely.
Now they'll focus on
just having two baits actually.
Will go down, but the Badger has gone. And,
Super Conqueror and the IS4 both being alone, but having a couple of tanks right behind them to cover them, in case Aqua is going for the push. Then the Streetwagens and 60p can put out their massive shots, kill some tanks. Looking good for IPA now, they're having more hit points, but they had more hit points anyways. But they managed to really shoot a few tanks down. Oh, oops.
Two tanks down a piece, but look at their hit points just dropping off. Aqua here, down goes Cobbin. 3 tanks down for Aqua, 2 tanks down for APA.
Problem for Aqua now really is they cannot just send the badgers wherever it sees. They are increasing the pressure, but what APA did here was just pushing in behind also. They were holding the front, first of all, and then pushing in behind. And the badgers, they had to sit here and they could just try to shoot. That's usually the 2D issue. They can try to shoot some enemies, but they cannot move to the other side of the map in no time. They can not quickly turn around the tank and shoot someone else. All the badgers are now really fast on the traverse speed. They are really lacking the capabilities in focus firing.
Could be pulling this back.
Rejects was pulling off badger strats quite successfully, but they had only one badger. And the strat was better built around that one. It worked out better, although it looks like. Oh, actually, Aqua might still win this. With a light tank, super important. They can win this, although it is rather unlikely. Because the Streetswagen is such a good counter for light tanks.
By General, as he comes across, General moving right out to the edge of his spawn. Pentium desperately trying to get to this sea cap to stop the points. No, it's turned around. Object 3 will cap over there, but it's 700 points playing 300. Pentium
Man,
has no
it so much depends on the one-shot Streetswagens now. And of course, Open just trying to... Oh yeah, Open just managed to escape unspotted. So he can find objects now.
Moving up a little bit now. Quickly have a look at General. General is covering both areas. He is a one-shot. He's on literally 35 hit points.
Object will look into the wrong direction, that's for sure.
Object 3, way to success.
You cannot just hide from the light tank.
Object 3. That's gonna put APA
Oh.
realistically on the back foot.
Oh man, that gamble of object.
And he
Oh
kills
man.
General, leaving way to success as the last man
Oh, you
standing.
knew it
He
was
has
getting
spotted
pushed.
Object 3. Where is
He just
Ventium?
pushed in.
Ventium is there, he's trying to come in.
Low on
Ventium,
hit points as he
where is
was.
down, and it's
Oh man, it was so
over,
risky.
and the
Was
victory
Aqua still winning on points here?
not go in.
What the hell?
Trying to come in. Ventium, where is it? Where
Yes.
is Ventium? Leaving way
Time
to
was
success
running
as the
out.
last man with that.
Okay, I missed that.
And on the back foot.
So Aqua still won on points and time was running out.
And he kills General, leaving way to success as the last man standing. He has spotted Object 3. Where is Ventium? Ventium is there, he's trying to come in. Ventium, where is he? No, he's down, and it's all over, and a victory. Unbelievable.
Always so much stuff to pay attention to. Points, hit points, cap points, kills, and then also time in the answer. Especially when seeing all 7 tanks can be really difficult. Streetswagen ist doch der Turm nichts wert. Die können alle oberhalb der Gun durchbauen. Yeah. Of course, Streetswagen is super weak on the armor. That's not the point of it, but it does have a lot of hit points. 2.6k hit points, which is really a good amount for a heavy tank. And there are certainly healthier tanks like the German super heavies or IS-4, but the issue is with them, they are really slow. Streetswagen is a lot faster and does have DPM like a medium tank. I think it does even have better DPM than many mediums. And then mobility like a mat, it can basically make sure a medium is not running away at all. And light tanks can still run, but it's tricky to run from Streetswagen. If a Streetswagen is using speed boost and just going full speed at you, no chance, you are just turning around and running then. Things can turn around so quickly with the Streetswagens. So we can mostly see the Streetswagens just not being the tanks getting too aggressive too early. Mostly we have some AMX on 4s, VK72s, IS4 for that. Or 60TP, no, 60TP is also not that strong on the armor, so he's just trying to hide. The Streetswagens are then sitting in the back, just holding and trying to put out some shots into those tanks pushing in. So the Streetswangs are, at the start they use like autoloaders basically. In the front it's basically always the same. We have something like 2 to 3 holding tanks, they take the damage. Like AMX M4, IS4, something like that, or even Mouse. Take a, just think of them as damage absorbers. They are sitting somewhere in aggressive positions, and as soon as there's some information, they are pushing in on their own, attracting the focus fire, while then in some other place the Streetswagens are pushing in. The Streetswagens for the start, they are really passive. They don't want to overextend anywhere. And then they use their mobility to just go for a good push and go in wherever they can, together with the lights or mediums. Well, it's mostly just one light or so for just spotting, gathering information. Like you can see it here. AMX M4s to the front, Streetswagens right behind. Now they're following up to take the base quickly. The Streetswagens here, they are staying. Whenever there's some information, either here on the left side or on the right side, Streetswagens are then going full speed, going to help or going to counter push the other side. Hey, Playmaker.
Warehouse area. Zoblin in the Strav K way up on the waterfall. Navigator will now jump into the decap. Scorpion Drago will come and join him.
Now Muffle, C was not an option anymore because time was running out. There was just a minute left when he gets towards base C on that last game, and at that point already the enemies had 600 cap points, so just stopping base C would, or getting base C would not have changed it around, because APA had, I think, 100 points at that point. They just wanted to stop base A still, just to make sure the enemies were not winning with 1k points, but they could not just change the outcome by that. They needed the kills. And luckily for Aqua, the light tank did not get spotted at all there.
Punisher coming round, and it looks like Rejects are going to try and flank around here. And APA probably wise to that as they start to move in.
Yeah, we can see exactly what I was talking about here. AMX and Force getting in aggressively. They are the ones who push in first, getting focused then, while the Streetswagens are just going forwards on a flank, and then getting behind such a lighter target like the VK72 and just putting out their DPM. They have a lot of hit points, they can afford to take some hits, and they are just there to really punish the enemies whenever there's the information. Strong start for APA. Double cap advantage, kill advantage, and they would theoretically also be able to take base C right now. That they are in kill mood now. Licked some blood. AMX 50B also in the open. Big problem also for AMX then. I mean, the tank choice can be really nice if you manage to put out some damage and fall back. But when you're on the long reload, then you're really struggling. If you do not have a lot of tanks to hold up the enemies to your front anymore. Streetswagen is just so versatile. You can fight basically any heavy tank. As Playmaker just here, I think he was also, he was testing it with days. And Streetswagen can 1v1 any other tank at the moment. Has better mobility, better hit points, better DPM. Better gun depression than most as well.
Zoblin should be looking to take him down here. Object 3 doing everything he can to block those shots. Didn't help though. And now it's 3 against 2. Zoblin is a 2-shot. Zoblin is now a 1-shot, leaving Crowley as the last man standing. But APA have got everything here, and this one will go to APA.
All about the start
APA
here.
Will win the first.
A really
matchup.
Strong opening for APA.
I'm pretty sure they.
Let's move forward.
So he is nicely on spotted. Playmaking now making a move out. But
50B strat by Rejects. No, it was just 150B. I don't like it. It's also something that I notice when I hear, okay, tank is getting buffed, then I play the tank over and over again, play so much, and I think, it is already good. Like right now I'm playing 50B again and I'm actually performing well in it, although I know, okay, soon it will be better. And maybe I'm just biased or thinking it is actually already better. And then once it gets better, I'm not playing it again. I don't know if it is. Suddenly we are seeing that 50p here in a tournament again on Reject's team.
Out of the position he is in, onto the guns of navigating.
It is working out somewhat, but is it really worth it? Is it that much better than Streetswagen?
Now he makes his move.
Having my doubts about it, but they are really performing with it. Oh, Uni, once more. Oh my gosh, that was the third time here today that Uni really YOLO'd in and took so much damage.
Next to no time, along with the CCAP.
And he's gone already. Oh man.
He is out. Losing all his hit points very rapidly there as the AMX is really pushing him. However, last AFK pushing down.
I feel like API is really having a bad day.
Last AFK desperately needs some support there.
They are overcommitting so often here.
They're coming in, but at the same time,
whenever the enemies are not YOLOing into them or not having bad strategies, and API is just getting punished for their pushes.
Going around the right, and the AMX is pushing towards last AFK.
Especially Uni on the AMX zone 4.
We're just going to stay with this for the moment because
2k hit points down. API already lost a tank and last AFK down to one shot. It's impossible to win still.
Back over this side, last AFK is down, Almeri is down, Scorpion Drago is looking worse.
I mean, let's just get back here.
Isolated here. Bobby Fish and Scorpion Drago would try and push.
What was making him push? I was noticing. Okay, the right behind is someone. Last God of Steel. Welcome.
Position he is in onto the guns of Navi.
Yeah, he was noticing that he was getting pushed. Why is that due to quality so horrible actually? It made him just run away. He panicked a little bit here.
And Crowley. And that's Uni is well aware of that.
But they were not having any information about those guys.
He's not rushing out there. Now he makes his.
Honestly, if he did not panic, he could have just stayed here. Crap.
His move.
Okay. Just wanted to turn off the controls real quick. Man, Fudget, make your mini-map larger. We have to see that in tournaments, but you can see most of the APA team is over here. So if Uni stayed here, IPA was just doing a mistake here by pushing forwards. If Uni just stayed in this position, they had the spots of those guys. They did not know about those ones though, but APA could just fall back here. I mean, they could just get back to spawn like this and counter push base C. Of course, it is risky, but in tournaments, you can mostly expect enemies to be in spawn, and so I think they thought about, okay, we're getting pushed from behind, let's push forwards into the enemy spawn. I don't know if Uni is the one calling. I think, yeah. So he was just panicking a little bit and thinking, okay, I'm getting pushed from behind, let's push forwards with everyone, but the team was not in position. It's just lacking on the communication there, I guess. Coordination.
Really punish him. However, last AFK pushing down onto Playmaker and Zoblin. Good shot into last AFK.
I was already over here. Let's get over to the next one. Blind Master, can you speak English, please? I don't understand you.
However, you never know. So let's get up high here and get the C-cap.
Let's see what's going on here.
Moving around the map, APA doing the same thing. Object 3 and Almeri are heading towards the cave. See that drop? They're moving up there in those very fast Strav Ks. The rest of the tanks are just behind them, and the Blin has been spotted. And he is going to be tussling against 2 here. He's staying nice and safe, but he does get smacked. However, he has got support coming in.
Okay, APA
kill, but he loses hit points in doing so.
Really getting aggressive on one corner.
Playmaking Scorpion.
Just checking the mini-map, which should be larger, but our teams are very symmetrical here. Both just throwing tanks at another, all about focus fire.
It is not going
Immoral
at the moment.
going too aggressive.
As rejects are consolidating their tanks in this area. And
Also with far better DPM here on reject side, or actually not that far. It's having better DPM, but it's still trying DPM is good already.
2 tanks down a piece, but last AFK is now a one-shot. Here comes to Silver. Everybody's going to
Beat point surprisingly still close, although API lost 1 tank more.
And it's just a bit more. Uni is now a one-shot. Oh, Uni has got next to no hit points. He's got like 9. He did have 9. He's got none. 3 tanks down for rejects. 4 tanks down for
But we can see over and over again here is a team which is starting a bit more passively, is just winning the game a lot more easily.
4 tanks down a piece. It's 3 against 3. Scrub that. It's 2.
It doesn't have to be a lot.
And all of a sudden,
aggressive strats seem to be working out nicely.
Least healthy of the
But
2.
just no YOLO from the start on.
Finish off, leaving Ventium as the last man standing. And Scorpion Drago is going to push down onto Ventium. We're going to stay
First
with
one who
Ventium
moves
again.
is dead.
And wowzers. Wowzers.
On every game here.
This one looks like got it again. Sorry guys. This one is going to not going to.
Yeah, 1v2 now. And just gotta go in.
Navigator. Scorpion
Gotta
Drago
kill.
around the rear. Oh, engine fire. That is the last thing Ventium wanted. A nice little bear hug from Navigator. And Ventium knows that he can't really do much about it. So up we go.
Which game was it?
And this time, rejects, well, they're a lot heavier than they were in the last game.
Hey, which score disappeared.
Mass. They're not going to the C or the B cap, they're going to the A cap.
Where's the score now?
Going to the little spotting area.
Gone? Okay.
Trying to get those spots on the cross. Doesn't spot anybody though. Playmaker, he does spot him now, but they're mutually spotted. And the caves are not where anybody is. So
both teams just doing mirror strategies, both going to the opposite corners, having light tank in the middle there.
IKPA will not have the cap advantage, however. And Playmaker puts a shot across the bowels of C, trying to reset it, but Amari and Yennefer are nowhere to be seen to be resetting. And now the
Cap advantage to rejects though. So mostly what we are seeing then is a relocation back to bias A. Or back to the opposite side. Just trying to steal the opposite cap again. Sometimes the team is deciding to then just have tanks like this one, like these ones, just holding the A area, although they will just not hold the A cap for now. Rejects already preparing a push, wanting to go into C then, as they can expect to lose A. It's quite difficult to defend the A base here. Or usually it is almost impossible to reliably defend your cap. The enemies can just move into it and stop it. So teams are mostly deciding to just go for the opposite cap again and trying to be faster on the move. Or maybe going for the opposite cap and the second base in the middle then. So they're relocating to 2 different sides while the enemies are going all A to make sure they are not losing A. I think that's happening here, yeah, exactly. Just that, but APA did not go for A just yet, they're still waiting for B. Oh, Goyle in the open, surprisingly still alive.
They're trying to draw APA into the B cap area.
Still, C's falling for APA. Well, this could still go anywhere. Rejects having a bit of an advantage by having one at C side. They're pushing out the LT. Yet at the same time, they have so many low hit point tanks already in the middle of the map. Quite easy targets.
And they do.
even ignoring C right now. Just want to go forwards. Checking hit points. Light tank survived quite healthy. Relatively unharmed still. A lot of really low hit point tanks here for rejects now. Hit points still close, but rejects has to pick up some kills and are not really in position. Quite split it. IKPA really set up to counter this move here.
Not finishing off Yennefer there. Scorpion Drago looking worse for wear now. Hail Mary has got the drop on Scorpion Drago. Scorpion Drago, down he goes. So
yeah, man, so unfortunate.
down,
1 second later, the kill, and he would have gotten
this
other kill there after Seedflying, so.
Punisher trying to put some shots in. Zlin dropping down. They're trying to put
Hit points still close, but Reject's not able to pick up the
Fisher
kills at all.
over there. He's got last AFK. Capping the A-cap, he can't do anything about that because De Silva is giving him a tough time here.
Oh man, Rejects had it actually.
Back over this side.
If they just...
He's already lost, it's 2.
Man, if Rejects just did not go that aggressively onto the B-cap, if they just rush it a bit more carefully, notice, okay, some tanks behind here, maybe send them some tank into B while the others were taking C. IKPA would have counter-pushed them, but if Rejects just got these tanks here to survive a little bit longer, got the C-cap as well, they would have had the caps, and IKPA would have had to move in. Especially when we are keeping in mind that the light tank did not die here, so push was not too successful on Reject side. I just needed to sit on C, pressure, sit like there, get C, and as IKPA was then pushing on to B, Streetswagens came in from the side. Rejects would have won this by just killing the B area then in the end, because that's what was going to be the brawl. Rejects would have the caps and they would also win this fight here if the AMXs with a lot of hit points just survived there. Tanks from over there could have some nice cross-firing angles.
Against too many, this one should go to IKPA.
Yeah, he's lost. I mean, just let's get back to it. Just real quick. Actually, basically, right here. Rejects won it. And lost it. Playmaker losing a ton of hit points, yeah? I don't know why. I don't know. I mean, it happens, that kind of stuff. Maybe was a bit of a misplay. Hit points in favor of IKPA already, but Rejects is able to get C. Just needed one tank in to C, the others could still pressure out last. Maybe together with the AMXs here, they could have shot out the LT still, just by holding.
He is being drawn in, and
I don't know why they are losing so many hit points, yeah.
he is going into that B-cap area.
But of course the whole IKPA team is sitting to their front.
As well. At the same time, he's got the tanks behind him in support. Navigator and Crowley.
It's tricky. They just lost too many hit points, yeah, I've got to say. If they just had a few more hit points, Streetswagens, yeah, they were tempted to follow that last AFK here on the last tank, but were really struggling to get the kill. Maybe just putting out a few shots, then getting to the middle, getting the base, but they would have needed time for that. And they did not have the time because IKPA was counter-pushing that aggressively. And these positions here were really just problematic.
There. They didn't take the
was
C-cap.
fine,
Drago, Punisher,
made sense.
Will probably jump into C, but Scorpion Drago and Punisher and the Strath Gazer continue their push.
What could have really helped Rejects here was if the Streetswagens were then already shooting onto the AMXs. So those AMXs over here, those guys could have then killed Uni first. And Rejects would have the gun advantage, while they could also have the cap advantage. IKPA would certainly push forwards here, would still get tricky. It would have really been a tricky situation if last ran away and there were still some tanks of API all the way over here. Rejects in reverse positions in the city where they are not having that much cover.
Round, trying to catch out Yennefer, and they do. That's B cap.
Okay, next
one.
one.
Also going the shortcut, and the E5s are moving towards that C cap. Rooney in the I7 is overlooking the C cap with the rest of the team. Last AFK heading towards the A cap to get the spot. We have
lots of minions here, and all camping on hills.
With Object 3 and Leo and TVP respectively.
Leo, TVP on hill. Countering B with TVP maybe.
B cap is being taken.
He's getting spotted there, of course.
Mary does get tagged a little bit, but on the same side.
Yeah, Rejects also just pushing into B while simultaneously moving up here to crossfire this whole area. In case anyone was decapping, those guys were there to punish that. Also TVP potentially right behind here. Already moving forward.
Taken, C-cap not yet taken, but those are the caps that Rejects are looking to give, and they've had to pull out of the B-cap as the AMX. Oh, great shot from last AFK. The AMX is now Vengeance, De Silva, and Yennefer pushing heavily towards the B-cap. Scorpion Drago really feeling the pain of those tanks. Now Navigator in that TVP, looking to empty the dark lake into Yennefer, and he does. Blin tries to get round and take Yennefer down. He doesn't. Yennefer is down for a one-shot though, and Yennefer is the worst for wear out there on the APA team. But Punishers, Blin, Scorpion.
Where did Yennefer die? Yeah, in the middle, okay.
First for wear out there on the APA team, but look at Punishers, Blin, Scorpion, and Bobby. Scorpion Drago, down he goes, courtesy of Ventiarm as he comes around in the last AFK. Uni here, isolated. Playmaker, we're looking to take out Uni, and he does. But Punisher, very isolated. Blin and Scorpion Drago down, Jennifer and Uni down. Now it's 3 down for Rejects, 2
APA
down
does have some
for
advantage, but it's also kind of splitting up here. Having some tanks still to the side who are getting focused.
No, he's reloaded. Crowley looking to push
With points close, Rejects didn't manage to get by C early on.
Drops his reactive armor.
So it's even.
Not able to bounce. Ventium loading up. Playmaker coming round. Great shot into the side of Ventium. Another great shot from Crowley. Playmaker looking to push.
Misplaying there.
Great shot from the other side.
Should not have pushed in like that.
That came in from Bobby Fischer in the T100 LT. Ventium is now one shot. Ventium is down. 3 against
Although it's fine.
3 as Bobby Fischer goes down. Object
Maybe
3,
not.
Almeri. Well, Object 3 is in the Leo. Very,
I would say
lightly
APA has better positions.
Object 3 is looking for that TVP. TVP is just over there. Oh, great shot from Navigator. Another great shot. Object 3. Wow,
Except for the Leo, of course.
Playmaker will be looking to come around and finish off Object 3. No, he doesn't. Coley does it. And now with last AFK in a T100 LT, we have Almeri over there in a TVP. Hit points are slightly in favor of APA. Base points are
both teams kind of giving away something. They're trying to get very aggressive.
This is the thing. Last AFK tries to get the shot to Coley, gets a great shot in.
Risking a lot for that.
Whittling Coley down. Almeri trying to come round. It's 3 against 2 though.
Oh, what? Last bouncing aside of Coil. Okay.
How
unfortunate.
And all of a sudden, it's over. Oh, but Almeri, down he goes. Last AFK is the last man standing, and he's only got 20 hit points. 20 hit points against 1,000, and down he goes. And that means Rejects.
Close battle.
Number 3 here.
But it felt like APA's push, while they did have a point pushing forwards, it was not absolutely perfectly timed. Because they had like 3 tanks pushing into the middle of Reject's team. Without having everyone else ready to help. Also, of course, the start was horrible for API, just losing 1k plus hit points on TVP. I don't know. That was, I think, yeah, there might have actually been a tipping point already for API. Losing that many hit points that early on was really unhealthy.
looking at what APA are doing, well, we've got Object 3, Ventium, and Mary all in Stravk's going to the church, monastery, whatever you want to call it, area, and it's going to be a Stravk fest over that side. Tourney staying down low along with the silver. Jennifer.
A little climb over here in the corner.
Now this is going to be interesting.
Overlooking base A.
Four Stravk's going up. Jennifer jumping into the B cap. Ventium sticking his nose up, getting a smack.
Yeah, Reject getting aggressive but still holding his side. IKPA taking B cap. Three basically.
Shots into Uni jumping into the A cap. Crowley is there.
Oh, brave move. Oh my gosh, this is working out. I think, yeah, they do have tank advantage here.
Scorpion Drago, Punisher. Oh, Almeri.
Playmaker trying to block him there.
And Playmaker's not
quite getting
shot
him.
In, but Punisher does. And Scorpion Drago losing.
Oh, this is so risky. But yeah, it's kind of working out as they are able to keep the high ground.
Down goes Scorpion Drago.
They still have the high ground advantage, but Playmaker, no, Punisher is in focus here. He's now really in a problematic situation as he's getting pushed. And still, an advantage always to take the high ground first and just push through there. Because the others are not really able to help. Those guys down here, they cannot shoot up the hill that easily.
Back up this side though,
so
he's lost a bit of hit points and
pushing forward like that can definitely work out there.
2 shots left. 2 tanks down for Rejects. 3 tanks down because the silver is out. But over this side, Jennifer and last AFK.
But it really only works if the whole team is willing to push in and if the team is working that well together. It's only can be done with such top level teams, yeah. Rejects have already been strong on these pushes.
In favor of Rejects, base points are in favor of APA, but tanks on the battlefield are also in favor of Rejects. They are searching out Ventium.
They got it.
Here he is, he's staying down low. Crowley and Fisher.
Early kills, hit point advantage by that.
Down he goes.
APA set some tanks to the other side, just struggling to get in, struggling to fight with the teammates there.
Bobby puts another wins. Blin will finish him off.
They were just kind of desperately pushing in behind them. The AMX on 4, who was on B.
Last AFK will go down here.
APA was really not prepared for Rejects trying to go for this move. That was just risky as hell, but I think Rejects had 5 tanks there versus 4.
Unable to get anything.
It's just a small advantage. Was Rejects winning? Rejects is really looking strong right now. I would say they are most likely to win this tournament. Okay, we also, I mean, that's it for this game. Let's have another quick look at the other top match. We had so many top games today. Crowley versus EG, the game that kicked Crowley out of the top 4, basically diminished their chances. So yeah, Crowley is not getting top 4 anymore. That's sure now.
Except with Crowley on the other hand, triple Ice for double strip K, T1 LT and then MLE. Last time endgame matched Crowley, endgame won 4-1. So now dropping Cardu and also Bantula here to see. At the same time, endgame is trying to capture A, but they will get A more slowly than Crowley on C. So that gives Crowley a cap lead. And there we see a shot onto Striker.
EG starting really happy. Triple mouse here. Oof. And a VK72. Ton of hit points for them.
So if you go up there, you
18.9k here.
Off your armor and your weakness. So I would not recommend that, to be honest.
But cap disadvantage. What EG can do still is then push in to see Yeah, they're already tagging the back here. Let's turn off this. Wait. And they're going to go in like this. Into B and into the side here. That's the plan for them now.
From 7-star. He is also playing.
Because they can just use the hit points that they have, send in a double mouse into B. Crowley would have to defend them, while the others are pushing in from the outer side, so no one really can defend anymore.
That a lot of EU teams do.
Oh, Crowley's actually daring to go in.
To cap B, trying to.
And they are set up right now. Oh my gosh.
Great triple tap onto Pimenta. Now Pimenta takes.
Too lazy to side straight.
Now Endgame is trying to flank from behind, trying to get the IS-4s, but the IS-4 now will go in to take out Pimenta. Look at this shot efficiency from Crowley. None of the shots of IS-4 bounced, and Pimenta will go down very quickly.
Crowley,
and that gives Crowley the numerical advantage. On the other hand, Endgame have gone to the park side, but they really need to find out a target to.
Just perfect timing for them. AG just preparing to push in, Crowley going into B, then having two isolated mouses with low damage output, also light tank just supporting them. Well, they're still struggling here on the other side. I mean, they're going to lose this side. They're having 3 tanks here against 4.
And hit points are in favor of Crowley. Crowley will get A as well, which is going to give them a really good, strong advantage. Powerful is dead.
But Crowley might still kill 2 on the other side then. One more mouse though, taking a bit of time.
7-4 versus
It's already
7
dead
because
at this
they
point.
also lost Winchester. Memkula is now dead, and Triple is a one-shot. But is it going to be enough? Ariana Grande cannot get B, and Crowley is in such a...
How did they do this? Look at that, they still got C. AG just went for the kills here. And they had to, of course.
Huge advantage.
But because of this timing, Crowley just managed to get the kills first, get base B, get base A as well, with a triple cap of B especially. That was super quick.
It's going to be really
Light tank them kept base A still, the others proceeded to push forwards. Already had an advantage.
Still, and they're looking to
oh man, that's a strong game, Crowley. Really.
Endgame will try to get C, but I don't think he'll get the caps here. Paro will try and get Kakadu.
Yeah, no chance for
Peggle
EG.
is dead, meaning Crowley will win the first battle. Really great stuff from Crowley. Their shot efficiency is on point. Very all the shots pretty much.
The only way to win for EG would have been if they had a few more tanks to defend base B and others then pushing into defending the defensive positions behind B. So it would have been, let's go back a little bit. It would have meant that EG needed tanks right here and others to then come in right there. So they could just, I mean, you can be held down here and pretty safe, and you can then just crossfire B from the side like this as well. Have some tanks here, but it's a different strat that EG did not really play for. They were just not fast enough. Crowley was just a bit ahead on a point, on a movement there.
Gives Crowley the numerical advantage. So let's go for Milk and the IS7. He will
honestly, I would have kind of wished to really get further.
Are the endgame tanks?
Yeah, I know EG deserves it, but
there we are.
Crowley are just the underdogs.
Will drop into C.
They appeared out of nowhere and did such a strong performance, getting to such top 4 level, beating EG ones, and
C will be captured,
then starting so badly into this top 8 tournaments with winning against Immoral, which was really not the strongest team here.
And a Crowley, we have to rotate, but they can bleed endgame at the start. They will be in a comfortable position to push.
Immoral was surely not too weak, but
endgame has to be careful.
Yeah. If they were really top 8 level compared to Raid,
and send everyone to B, or will they make
I doubt it.
Surprise rotation, or will they just kind of defend the park side? We will find out soon. But Crowley will send a Strift Case was that Mamkula and Axon 2 are back to their spawn. They're going to spread themselves out, but endgame do not know this, so endgame are not
Okay,
trying
so
to make a surprise.
EG not moving at all, basically, so far.
Build tries to blind fire, but it does not hit anything.
Crowley,
It could only
I mean,
hit the
they
building
are
and
just
make
very, very
have
careful
it
here. They're baiting a
aggressive
little bit.
inside.
They're waiting for EG to do something so they can
So
get behind
the
without
rest of
losing
the
any
shoot,
tanks.
consider
But
taking,
if EG wants
consider
to,
taking the bunker
I think
below.
they can just take base
don't
B
want to
right
be
now. Although, now there are some tanks on the plateaus here.
attacked through, from the crossfire of endgame and Crowley. So let's say endgame
Okay.
not
My
doing
Crowley's
much.
so
They're pretty
careful.
and it makes sense. They don't need to do much at the moment. They are
EG has cap
staying
advantage though.
still, but Pinchester is spotted. Strike got the spot. Pariana Brande got spotted, and I think White might put a shot in. Oh, good shot from Pariana onto White. White cannot penetrate the armor of Pariana, and now the trade is even. And
Crowley
there's
seems
not
a bit
much
lost.
happening, but
Also, they're getting spotted on a relocation here if they are moving that closely. It's always happening. I'm being that splitted all the way over the
then
map.
now we're seeing less than a minute to go for Crowley before they absolutely,
means
absolutely
that
have to make a rotation. But
You
Arkansas
just
spotted,
cannot do much
Endgame
here.
might know
Look at this.
Crowley
All the
could
tanks of
rotate
Crowley being in the
through
middle
their
here
spawn.
can
So are they stacking
really
up their
not
forces close to their spawn?
fight too well
They
there.
haven't moved much. They also haven't dropped any more.
Actually, I do
hit
have a
points, but they put
mini-map.
good shot onto
Ah.
Vancouver.
Let's go, that helps.
And now Endgame has a hit point pool advantage.
So important in
by
tournaments.
about 2 shots.
Especially for
And Endgame
analyzing
are
like that.
Potentially ready for a push coming,
But
coming from their
if
spawn.
Crowley wants to either
Crowley
push into their
maybe
spawn
needs
or
to
into
do
the enemy spawn,
else.
they are likely to get spotted here in the
The
middle.
IS4s would not want to push first. The Mousers are ready to punish whoever crosses. And Arkansas is spotted. Pariana Grande is spotted. IS4. Will they put a shot into the mouse? The IS4. Oh, look at the double tap of the mouse. Oh, another
Why is
shot
he not
onto
just side-strafing
Virulentis,
there?
and Endgame came prepared. At
Just
the
trying
same
way
time,
too much.
Crowley looked to put tanks over to B and
What's a
Endgame.
misplay there?
Good start for them. Now they're leading by more than 1k. It was Crowley have little room to roam around, and now 800 cap points for Endgame. They must make a push sooner or later, otherwise Endgame will win by caps. What would they do? Crowley are still figuring out where to push, and they're struggling to find a way. Milk
Yeah.
takes a hit, and that's going to be an important
Like
shot
oneself
there.
was saying, it, they're
At the
really
same time,
struggling now.
Vancouver
Now we're seeing what I described earlier. This guy is trying to get to the side here, into the hull down position right there. So he could cover his teammates as they are then pushing into B. And... oh, it's behind my... yeah, right there. If his teammates are then just over there. If they are pushing into B, then the Streetswagen moving up here can shoot anyone decapping into the side like Milk here. But the problem here is that he got spotted on a relocation because he was close to the wall.
from behind. Milk completely expecting that to happen. Pariana takes a hit as well, and we could potentially see a 1v1 here.
And it
but
is
then Milk
just
does
not
have the
working out
DPM.
like that.
So can he win this 1v1 fight?
Still trying
At the same
to
time, B is
cap
being
B.
captured by Crowley. If they can capture B, that would be huge.
But I think
And
there's
that's
so
gonna be
many
enough as
tanks
well.
of EG.
At the same
It's not
time,
working
Milk
out. Crowley's just
as
losing some
support
tanks.
with renamed user looking to take out Mamkula, and I believe this is the
Although they got B,
player.
but it might
And we
just
can
be.
say
No, they
Crowley,
didn't.
Are they able to take out Milk?
That
If
was
they can
close.
take out Milk, they will win this one. I'm afraid. But wait this out. Mamkula is a one shot.
Now
but
it's the
that kill
IS4
is
who
enough
lost too many
to
points early on and is
Endgame
getting
the
killed.
Win. Endgame. Great job. And I think Crowley just is forced to.
Axed.
bounces actually, but Crowley might be looking to make a push now. Akasol dropping the reactive armor might be a bit too early actually, because the focus will be on Akasol, but he has taken a lot of hits using that reactive armor, and now Crowley is trying to get Rename User out of the fight. Rename User needs to be really careful, needs to stay safe. I'm afraid he's actually going to... oh, but...
What? Wait, what the heck? Let's just take a moment. What was happening here? We're just going full YOLO? Yeah. Just committing to the corner with everything, basically. What yeah, shortcut for turning off the controls was what I was searching.
Alpha receives a bounce, 2 bounces actually. Crowley might be looking to push
Crowley
now.
going for a brave move here.
Might be a bit
Just
too
going full
early
in,
actually, because
if there are that many tanks, it often means that you're just
but he has taken a lot of hits
suffering from exactly
using
this
that
fight.
reactive armor, and now Crowley is trying to get Rename User out of the fight. Rename User needs to be really careful, needs to stay safe. I'm afraid he's actually going to... oh, but Akasol...
It does work if... well, it does work better, at least. If there is a push just coming down here.
It's the first...
just like that, behind the enemies, and then they are turning around, those guys over here. But you can also push in from behind then. And wherever the enemies are looking, you're behind them. Or they are seeing your front only. But that needs good timing. It is what Crowley did here eventually. But they just pushed in first over here. E4, E5 just lost so many hit points before they were even behind. So that's always a tricky thing in tournaments. It needs perfect timing to have the tanks just arrive simultaneously, and also just have the one tank meant to take the damage, taking the damage first without dying too early.
Coming from below, he will get the kill onto triple, and it's now looking to take out white next. Katu, great shot.
And because of this, AG already got huge tap advantage, yeah, hit point advantage here. They're just checking the top here. 8k to 6k hit points, double caps. Also, we've also always got to keep in mind that just 6k to 4k hit points. 2k doesn't sound like much, but it is just 50% more. That's a lot then.
Shots onto Mamkula as well.
And that's basically impossible to turn around if you're not having way better positions and good damage output.
Crowley tried to focus a tank with lower hit points, but they were made to go a long way to do that, and they wasted some time.
Bad timing here.
The low hit point pool.
So yeah, deserved win by EG.
And force Crowley to make a reaction.
Or rather, a throw by Crowley.
Or will
34.
Will they make a push right at the beginning?
Still having delay, by the way, guys, so just yeah, keep in mind.
Let's find out now.
Not able to answer immediately. Well, the chat is not too active, so I can't definitely answer everything. Unfortunately, did not have the most interesting games today, so activity is rather low.
Hasn't been spotted, so that means C is
again the standard strategy that we've seen by most teams. Yeah, just going for quick C cap or D cap, not even D cap on Crowley's side. Faster setup over there and some other tanks sitting behind the A area.
Pinchester might be in trouble. Oh, I think they.
Why is the controls are meant to stay
They might be going for this. No, they're ignoring Pinchester at the moment. Ooh. They're trying to pinch the Permanenza and also Powerful, but then triple.
Now the tanks in the corner are not too aggressive on Zardon, although triple being all alone. The push is coming in nicely from behind here. This time that's better. Crossfire first, enemies have to turn around or push forwards. But I'm seeing an issue here with the Street Fighter being that alone. 60 piece behind, so that's problematic for Crowley. Because those guys still have some time. Those guys are already getting crossfire because they have 2 tanks right behind them.
Well, it's taken a couple of hits. Now it's going to be important. Will
Those
Endgame
ones here.
counterpincer the double IS4? I think they're going to do that. Milk coming from below, but he will be
Crowley
fighting
is still
1v1
struggling to
against
move up
Triple.
now.
And I believe the IS4
Costs
are
them
now
a
looking
lot
to
of
take out
time.
Milk. Periana
They're still
Grande
not in the
also
corner.
also take a really huge hit, and this is going to
That
be
means
a
that
really
EG is
close
just having
one.
way
This
better
fight
positions
is
right
all
now, and
about
Crowley is
focus
not
fire
able to
and
counter
shot
push.
efficiency. Milk gets a kill onto Tokonami, and
they won't
Endgame
have any
has
chance like
huge
that.
hit point pool advantage. They are now trying to take out Mamkula. Palfa really
60
healthy
TPs
as
needed
well.
to move up
And he's got to be-
simultaneously to the IS4 getting behind. IS4s getting behind them. When the IS4s arrived in the back, then the 60 TPs also needed to arrive in the front, yeah. If that was possible for Crowley, then they would have been able to kill the corner quite
A couple
quickly.
of shots to make Palfa win that 1v1 fight. And
Although, of
Endgame
course,
now
it was
looking
still
for Triple
tricky
next.
because they were
And it will
3v3
be
in
the
the
case.
corner.
Triple is out of the fight, and now Endgame is trying to get the double IS4s. Virulent is now down to a one-shot. A Pinchester.
Giving up high ground like that is always a problem. Just always got to keep in mind, if you're above the enemies, you can shoot down onto them, have an easy time of focusing them, and can easily also relocate. Soon going to include it in the video as well. Yeah, when you're on top, you're having pretty easy time penetrating enemies' armor. Like, it's lower, and you can shoot onto the flat top basically. Just imagine it if you're shooting in both and the armor is angled like that. While if the angled armor is on top, one is shooting up from below, beneath,
I mean, look at the focus.
then it is a lot trickier. Or very hard to penetrate if at all. If it is possible at all.
I think they got distracted by the performance in the last battle. This one,
Also, of course, from the hill, you can push down
streamlined
wherever you want to.
as the
Moving up
first
the hill
battle.
takes a lot of
That
time.
hurt a lot. But actually, rest the slump now because
As a move
Oasis
on,
Palms is supposedly this.
it's actually 3-1, and
idea
EG
from
is
Crowley.
losing 2 more games
But-
before winning the last one.
Let them.
We know
let
that
them
already.
Prove me wrong. Okay, let them prove me wrong. Periana Grande in the T1 LT spotted, or 4 tanks spotted.
Aggressive
Great
spotting
start.
move.
Will he drop into C right at the beginning? No, he'll run away. He's spotted. Oh, he's tracked. He is tracked, but he dodges
Like that.
another one. Oh god. Oh god. Run, run, run. Oh, good shot into Violentus, wherever that is.
He's not running
There
immediately.
we
He
go.
has to get unspotted
Crossfire
first and
is
can then
coming from the
run away
strip
safely.
phase.
Although it's a
But they
moment where you
haven't-
tend to panic.
We haven't put a lot of shots.
Wild Ones is
to
just
Crowley at the
saying
moment. Milk is there to
run, but
see.
yeah, if you run
We're out of
immediately,
runs,
there
run
could be
away
those
safely
guys.
with it.
Ah, you could see it. Yeah, those guys over there like, are mostly some tanks though. They can then crossfire like this. If the light tank ran right away, he could have taken 1k damage or so.
Is there in this position to shoot whoever tries to rush Milk. Oh, did I ignore that Super Conqueror putting them under massive crossfire? I might have ignored that, sorry, Florian. But that goes on to show how strong Endgame can be when it comes to positioning. Harrow taking the risk to drop into B. Maybe it's
Just to remind you of what is going on here. Strategy being as following. We've got a gorilla here covering 1e5. 1e5 just covering the C cap, making sure no one's taking base C. The e5 is very isolated, very alone, but he does have the gorilla for backup. The gorilla can cover whenever he wants to. And put in some nice shots with good accuracy, high reliability. Often we're seeing some M6 Yos or so there as well. And there's also now the light tank just camping in the corner. He was doing his job of spotting early on already. Now he's sitting on the high ground here. Can overlook this area. Let's show you. This is a triangle where they are covering. If the enemies are overcommitting, they are getting farmed by good DPM. At the same time, EG is still having enough tanks here in that A area to take base I and B. So as it is clear for Crowley that there is a Gorilla covering that E5, they cannot push forwards now. So Crowley is just going to relocate and ignore the Gorilla. If they're getting close to the Gorilla, then the Gorilla is absolutely useless. So they can push back, pull back, push onto A and B, but at the same time, E5 can just take C, meaning AG would have 3 caps for a short amount of time. Also light tank Gorilla would then follow up here, get into the desert, or take some hill position here to cover base A, while those tanks have to really fall back here. So let's see how it's going to work out.
But this could be interesting. Crowley has no,
and so far, so Crowley is spotted with everything there in the desert. They're not having a huge advantage.
Double tap.
iPhone misplaying,
yeah. Not in favor of endgame. Crowley have more than 1 kid advantage, and endgame look very spread out, and this could be a problem for endgame. They will have a lot of fights to fight here, and it's a 4v4 near A, 2v3 near C. Paro takes another one, and this is what I talk about, the risk of taking
I think
B.
the Crowley might just want to stay at the crossfire here because 6 into B messed up a little bit, had to run away,
and that's going to be
but just forgot to do so on time, or was too afraid of crossfire.
Paro will go down now, and
Getting killed for this as well.
6 versus 7. But endgame makes an immediate call to push
on the other side, of course, we're seeing light tank moving up.
Here, that could be important.
Where did the Gorilla go? Oh, Gorilla is over here on the A push.
In the Gorilla,
and IS Force here being a bit too slow to help on time. It looks like Crowley was really pushing in with a disadvantage, or not a huge advantage. It was really an issue for them here. It was starting out nicely, but they really struggled with having 3 tanks committed to the desert, while there was only 1 E5 and 1 light tank in the desert then.
It will be a good shot, but it's going to be a 3 versus 4 situation. Crowley gets both A and B now, and that will be important.
What it looks like.
White still full health, but the 2 heavy tanks are coming in to support the team. Akason,
to my surprise, a light tank died.
Instead. Pamenza kills
EG's light is dead, and that should not have happened, to be honest.
Is out of commission, and now it's
there's also where the Gorilla is now backfiring.
If they can kill White, that would be good, but Rename user is a one-shot. Pimenta is still full health, and that would be important. But Tokonami would want to kill Rename user.
Yeah, Crowley got back the caps. Hit points now, and 10 more, so it should be a win for them.
Good shot from Rename user.
Honestly,
adrenaline. But
yeah, it was close.
He gets killed. He does.
It looked good for EG. Looked like they were winning the A side here,
and now Crowley have overtaken
and just winning the C side as well. I will have to take another look at that. I mean, right now it's uninteresting. It's already won. Let's step back a bit. What was happening there? Light tank, full life.
Other heavies here, and
E5 also still healthy.
They take out Memkula. This will bring them back to a hit point pool advantage, but at the same time,
E5 dying.
And also Milk gets rushed, and can Periana Grande
how did the light die that quickly?
So.
I was getting way too close there.
Hit points. Endgame still has the hit point pool lead, which is really good, but Pinchester looks to put a break shot onto Akasom. It will be
I just noticed that. White myself was just saying, EG has a hit point pool lead, but at that point already Crowley is leading by 2k hit points, yeah.
Good shots, but it's going to be a 3 versus 4 situation.
But honestly, if the light tank managed to run away, he didn't have to be there. I mean, just checking it here, it was quite clear that there are 2 tanks here on Crowley's side, there are 2 tanks there. 2 tanks, 2 IS Force here, which are kind of out of the fight. And Crowley is losing the high DPM Stützwagen, and also Kranwagen is just out of shots. He's also dying there, that's for sure. So in theory, EG was about to lose 160 TP, which was a mistake by the 60 TP to not have any option of moving out there. I think if he just ran like this, something, I don't know. Maybe he was just pre-aimed all the time and had no chance, but I doubt so. There was not too much here on Crowley's side in the back to really punish that move. But here, light tank being on C, that was quite clear. There were 2 heavies here, 2 heavies there. So 3 heavies in the desert, they were all spotted. Whole team of Crowley spotted here. And as soon as the E5 was dying, the light tank couldn't possibly win a 1v3 situation there, that was for sure. So if the light tank just managed to run away right now where he still has the hit points, gets back, maybe loses 1 or 2 shots worth of hit points and then gets over to the heavy side. Hit points are relatively even, but potentially it was just EG losing the E5 still, so 2 tanks, while killing those 2 over here and then being able to kill the IS4s here, as I definitely had a lot of tanks able to do so still.
With the other heavies here, and they take out Memcooler, this will bring them back to a hit point pool advantage, but at the same time...
Yeah. As I was saying it already. If the light just moved over, IS4 completely alone over there on A now. And it would have been a win. Next one. Oh, come on. Hello. What's going on?
Crowley. Also most of the forces to away, so we will see a big roll potentially. Who will win this roll? Is it going to be Endgame or is it going to be Crowley? Let's say Crowley with Memento and Peril. It's there to prevent anyone from getting A. So this could get quite dull. And Tokudami is... Oh.
I just noticed I got text.
From Endgame, they're going aggressive. They're going to take an aggressive position. They're
Never
looking
mind.
to push shots onto Crowley, and they push shots onto Crowley, but they're getting shots on the crossing. And I'm not sure if this is going to be a good call. This is going to be a suicidal push, potentially.
No, it's working out for EG still, although he lost a lot of hit points.
In favor of Crowley, and they lost milk right at the beginning, and that's not a good start for Endgame. Endgame will look to get White next. Brianna has been swiftly taken out by Anderson, which means it's now a 5-7 situation. White's now down to 1 dramatic auto down to 1 shot. White is out of the game.
That was just
looks to put a shot
first minute YOLO.
And he does. But we also lost rename user, so it's now 4 versus 5, and Peril might be able to put a big one onto Violentus. But the focus is now on to Power. Crowley's focus fire is really good tonight. Well, I mean in this battle, but
yeah, it's already 1 here for Crowley. But let's just have a look. What was it lost? I mean, EG clearly had a target in mind. Going in here. There were so many tanks to the front, this was kind of doomed to fail with the other 2 and 5Bs. I mean, here already.
An aggressive position there.
Look at the hit points. Hello.
And looking to push shots.
Why can I not... Why can I not turn off the controls? What was the shortcut again? Shortcuts? Alt Control C.
Crowley, they push shots on the Crowley, but they're getting shots on the crossing, and I'm not sure if this is going to be a good call. This is.
does not really work anymore. Never mind. They're not down too much on hit points. And Milk moving in like that, was it really needed? He wanted to get to some position over here behind the hill, where he could then just hide here and enemies would try to focus him while his teammates with a DPM could just farm here with a lot of damage output, while he is meant to take the damage. So he's trying to be the bait, teammates farming them. At the same time, I saw doing the same thing. It was really clever here by Cotton, that he was just moving into the back of EG, so they could just not really ignore him there. Really like this.
Push,
I mean, you know, it is just messed up. He's just absolutely moving into the middle. But EG has to turn around then, which means they're splitting their focus fire. They cannot just focus out the tanks in the front anymore. And as they are turning around here, the 60 TPs not even arriving in a push. 60 TPs, FV also moving out there now. And those tanks turning already, so EG cannot keep focusing the tanks to the front anymore, and as they're turning, they're losing a lot of time, a lot of momentum, where Crowley can shoot their rear there. That's really helpful for them.
Favor of Crowley, and they lost Milk right at the beginning, and that's not a good start for
absolute
Endgame.
big brain move here. Does not work in random games too well, unless if you're playing in Platoon maybe. But
which means it's now
that's
a
just some
5-7 situation.
top-level tournament
down to one shot, Mamkula also down to one shot. White
attracting focus fire like that, and not dying for no reason.
But we also lost
was absolutely worth it.
So it's now
that's what an IS-7 or IS-4 has been played for, or Mouse.
But the focus is now on to Power, but Crowley's focus fire is really good tonight. Well, I mean in this battle.
And there it is already one for Crowley.
Try and take out triple, but Endgame will
last one then. Also last one we're going to watch on stream, because those were the important battles. And I could say so far all the wins were deserved ones. So I mean,
are dropping into D immediately.
Nothing really too lucky, and
that Endgame will not.
Aqua definitely deserved winning against IKPA. Oh my gosh. Oh.
White is tracked.
Oh man. What a start here. Let's have a look again.
And Sheridan taking the shortcut, and the Strift case will try to go for C at the start, but will they be reset there? The triple 1-1Bs
YOLO
are
strat.
dropping into D immediately, and they will spot no one, so they know that Endgame will not. Oh, White gets absolutely shot. Oh my god, White is tracked, and he's now down to one shot.
Yeah,
30 seconds of the game. But Power is also getting shot at.
Okay, that was not worth it at all. Crowley still getting cap advantage.
Triple tap by the 1-2-1-Bs. White, despite now on the one shot, Power takes a couple. So it's even Stevens. C will be attempted by Akason, so that means Endgame might have to do a rotation, not.
I mean, in a way, where let's just imagine a scenario where it would have worked out. That was, I think the plan was, if AG is moving for this side here, they will have some tanks being faster than others. What's the lineup? Double Leo, Sheridan. Might go for D, but it's rather unlikely. But it can still be a D lineup. The Streetswagens are having good advantage there. I mean, there's triple Streetswagen here. Yeah, 1-1B. And some fast Streetswagen power as well. So if Crowley manages to just YOLO in here, kill the Leos potentially, they do have some good advantage. As this guy here could then crush a C and maybe crossfire into this area here. Because there might be someone over here still. And of course, if we are imagining that AG is going all A with the Leos, like they are, and just sending in one IS-4 here, or one IS-7, or they didn't even have any IS-7. Yes, they did. One IS-7. If it was just one guy here, he could spot him immediately, he could spot this area as well, and the 1-1Bs could move up the hill. Crossfire here, also the E5 moving to the side. They could really focus out anyone being on C, but it absolutely backfired here.
Good shot onto white, but Power will get out of this. Oh, takes that down hit. Triple tap by the 1-2-1 base. White is right now on the one shot. Power takes a couple, so it's even.
I really need to try to break.
C will be attempted by Akason, so that means endgame might have to do a rotation.
But luckily we're on the last game.
Crowley will have the cap lead. And endgame, they have Ariana Grande trying to take B, which is good.
It's not a huge advantage in terms of hit points here, but just having one tank down to one shot.
In the 60 TP. White is out.
Getting killed now as well.
That brings endgame the cap lead here, as they have 2 caps compared to Crowley.
Crowley now has to push in.
They have both
with one tank left,
and now endgame
so that's basically impossible.
On white, so it will be Crowley that needs to find a way to rotate.
At least as long as EG is not totally misplaying, but EG is having double Leo with huge GPM and accuracy in the back there, just overlooking the entire map.
Hold off for a little bit and frustrate
over here for the Leo sub on A. And of course they can just shoot wherever. And it's mostly about covering the B cap, of course.
Bring it over. Crowley. What would they do now? What would they do here? Milk tries to blind fire, but it does not hit anything. And Crowley is going to discuss with one another. 6 cap points for 2 seconds of increase, so not a lot of time left. They essentially have around 1 more minute to go. So they need to communicate which side they want to push. If I'm doing my maps correctly.
Come on, Crowley, do something.
Potentially less than a minute here.
I have to leave.
Very dire situation for Crowley. They must find out a way. Milk is spotted. He is quite aggressive, but he does not want to be too aggressive because he might be going out in the open. Violence might put a shot. Violence will not put a shot for now. He does not want to get himself spotted, and Crowley continues to blind fire, try to see if that hits anything, but it does not hit anything. And Paro might be able to get a couple of spots here. Tokonami Akason coming from his side.
Yeah. Hello. Do something.
So Matt, they're going to potentially the moment of lots.
Yeah, Crowley can't do much with one tank class. What are they trying now?
Are they able to conceive a push? Memkula takes a hit, so they can't get B right away. Their idea is
trying to create some nice crossfire with the mediums here in the enemies in their own spawn. Some medium over there.
But that shot bounced.
Trying to push into B now and shoot into the enemies from lots of different angles.
Memkula is trying to get B.
Yeah, okay, Kakadu just dying there, but otherwise it was a good attempt.
But they are able to reset that. Paro is down. It's now a
really
6-5 situation. Ariana Grande, great shot to Memkula, and Memkula is down. Pinchester, extremely important in that position. Look at how many
all-in gamble here from the start
from his
on.
perspective. Now he's trying to tag Tokonami. Violence is down. And endgame takes it home with a 4-3 victory. Exactly.
Really unlucky that it worked out that poorly.
Well done to endgame.
That was unfortunate, yeah. Okay, that's it actually. Now we've seen the most important games of the day as well. And we should also have some more results. Let's have another quick look at the new leaderboard before leaving. Although, did we have all already? Yeah, I think. After that defeat, also Crowley lost 4-0 to Aqua. Yeah, I guess at that point they already knew they could not get top 4 anymore and the motivation must have been super low. But of course, Aqua is also a stronger team, but Crowley was not without any chances. And as said already, I would have really loved to see them still making things a bit closer here in the end. But it was really just so unlucky early on. Crowley losing to Ikra, although Crowley was probably set up to be stronger. And they had some good stuff, and maybe next season they really showed some interesting stuff. Also then Crowley losing to Immoral, basically the worst team here in the top 8. Although TQT also really let us down here. TQT was top 4 in the last season. Although just placing 4th and not really doing too well there. But still, TQT was also not really on point, it felt like. They were better last season. Immoral surprisingly winning some games against Crowley. Apart from that, they did not win anything. Yeah. So good for Immoral, bad for TQT and Crowley. But we're still having rejects, Aqua, EG, Ikra. Currently first 4 places, you know, there's only one game. Yeah, Ikra versus API, that matters tomorrow. It will decide over the 4th place in the top 4. API did not have a good day today. They lost to rejects, and that was a problem because they already lost to Crowley. Over here, really close games where it was just all about one shot in the very end. And that might mean actually that API could potentially drop out of the top 4. Although API has lost the previous 3 seasons, I believe. 2, 3, not sure. Actually, yeah, they are likely to get into the finals here. But right now, it might rather be rejects versus Aqua. Rejects is likely to win this whole thing, if I'm honest. I think API would also be a better candidate for the top 4 here because Ikra is they are really strong, but not exactly on the level of API. So top 4 would be more interesting than if API still managed to win against Ikra. But that's what I expect. But of course there might be some scenarios where things really go wrong and can really be unlucky for one team or the other. Amorex. We have not really seen any Amorex this season. Or I haven't. Wait, I was seeing one Amorex off screen. It was, I did not know how many hit points it's been. That's tomorrow. Ikra versus API. I have streamed Ikra 2 days in a row, so let's see if I am getting it another time. I've not streamed API just yet a single time. Only one game tomorrow then, and it will be really all about Ikra versus API. The other games don't matter at all. Rejects is through. Although it still matters to get some good ranking here on the last for the next stage, because the seeding then will depend on how you rank here in the top 4. There's an upper bracket and a lower bracket, and the upper bracket does have 2 chances. If the upper bracket loses, they are getting down into the lower bracket and can still get into the grand finals. But if the lower bracket loses, they are out of the tournament, so they are having only 1 life basically. Therefore it is really important for Rejects and Aqua also to keep their places on the top 2 here. Rejects is done with that. They have 6 points. They cannot drop down into the lower bracket because there is only 1 point left to get. EG might still overtake Aqua. It's still going to be important for EG. They're playing against another tomorrow also. So this will also be very interesting. EG, Aqua, Immoral, TQT. Oh. I'm sad to say it, but I really hope I don't get this battle, because there is absolutely no point in it. I mean, it's just... It does not matter at all anymore. It's just fighting for... It doesn't even say if it is 7th or 8th. Oh wait, actually, if TQT is winning against Immoral, they would still play 7th. Otherwise, they remain 8th, of course. Crowley rejects. Well, Crowley is out of motivation now. Yep. Crowley might still lose their 6th place and get 7th, but that's it basically for them. Does not matter. Wait, rejects Aqua, yeah, that's supplying. In the worst case, if rejects is losing, they will be 2nd. Yeah. Okay. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, everyone. It's got to be a long stream, 3.5 hours. Do I prefer regular gameplay or game modes? TF4 is asking. Definitely regular gameplay. I like the tactical stuff about this game and just thinking about where to go and how to do stuff and how to win battles and farm some damage. I'm not here for the big boom. Okay, we can still raid someone by the way, so have a nice evening still. Enjoy the rest of your night and just have a good night. See you in the next days. Goodbye.